Hello, and welcome back to Beast Fables, a weekly show where we follow the lives of tiny animals in a massive forest. I am Brian, and I will be your narrator for today's adventure. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm the founder of Dungeons on a Dime, a publishing imprint creating entry-level tabletop role-playing game content. You can find some of the awesome games I make, such as Adventures on a Dime and Vice and Virtue, here on Roll20 and on my website at doad.co.uk. I am joined today by Ver, Atlanta, and, as always, Fraser. Please, Ver, could you introduce yourself?
I most certainly can. Hello everybody, my name is Ver. I use they them pronouns. I am a comic artist and illustrator, and in today's game I will be playing the little mud champ, Balthazar of Blueberry Pond. I just glanced up at my screen. I scream when I look at the screen. I saw all the stupid doodles from last week and remembered all the dumb jokes we made.
I think you mean perfect jokes.
Flawless jokes. Same brain cell.
So, my brain cell's now occupied with just Mud Champ. Atlanta, say hello.
Hello everyone, I am Atlanta. I use she, her pronouns. I am a freelance illustratory type person. And today I will be reprising my role as Pipistrelle, what did we decide she is? She's intrepid bat character, but also disaster flying rat.
Hey, watch out! Stepping my brand.
That's true. Oh wait, no, but you are the chaos rat.
Oh, this is true.
I am the disaster bat. We've made
Sounds like a punk band.
I was gonna say we are now like the superhero like band team now.
Disaster bat, chaos rat, violence toad.
Violence toad.
I feel like we need something that
The Holy Trinity.
find a way to have that rhyme. I don't know.
Bat, the rat, and the Holy Toad.
That I like.
Yes.
Wait, the bat, the rat, and the
Holy
third eye
Trinity.
toad.
Speaking of a Holy Trinity, we can't have Trinity without three. Fraser, do you want to give us a little hey-o?
Hey-o. I mean, there was three without me because there's two of you. Anyway, hi, I'm Fraser. I use he, him pronouns, and I am also an illustrator and character artist. Yeah. Oh, I'm playing Balthazar. No, I'm not. I'm playing... I'm playing Watson.
And this is how we announce that Ver is leaving the show.
Now there will only be three.
Wait, what? Wait, who's me? I'm leaving the show?
No.
No.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm playing Watson the rat because I am a rat.
Oh my god. The confidence you said, I am playing Balthazar. Wait.
oh my god, my audio cut out and I just heard and I'm playing and nothing else.
Oh god, no.
Wow, I dropped the ball there.
Wow,
Well,
really lost in translation on so many levels everywhere.
Oh,
Dear
we're off to
me.
a fantastic start, everybody.
By technology.
Oh,
It's Fraser.
wow.
Fraser's just hacking the network.
With his tiny rat
With
hands.
my little rat paws.
Yeah. Taking my
Yeah.
neural network.
I
and
just
hacking it in my
I've
brain
unzipped my
and
human
doing
suit and all the rats are just out into the network now.
Or are you ratatouille'd by a hacker rat?
That is something we'll find out at a later date. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, fair.
Today, we are playing Adventures on a Dime, a role-playing system designed to tell exciting stories with simple rules. Very suitable for us, who are in every way complicated.
Yeah.
We are playing natively on Roll20, where you can find free character sheets. You can just get these. They're just there. That you can just be people. You can do anything. You can have stats, you can have equipment and jobs, and you can have a broken bottle or a boater hat if you want. You can get new jobs. You can roll dice. Aye, we love our hijinks and see the results in chat. It is all fun. Roll20 also sponsor our show. We love Roll20. They are the best.
XOXO, kiss kiss.
Yeah, so I think that's good for introductions. Last week, Pipistrelle, Balthazar, and Lutzen reunited after a hectic night interrogating pirates, capsizing the middle of Loch Katrine, and avoiding midnight owls. having quite literally bumped into an old enemy-turned-ally, the trio discover that their target, Chipper the Squirrel, has landed at the burned docks of Lady's Bank. To further twist matters, they also found out that Chipper's mysterious boss, Yeep Grainpaw, is just an alias for someone from the Guild of Knowers, who are a rumoured organisation of knowledge brokers. Despite losing their packs to the dark waters of the loch, we now follow our heroes as they hike west, determined not to lose Chipper's trail. I think that summarises everything that's happened in the last few sessions.
Yeah.
Unless anyone has anything else to add.
I got
Bamboozled.
I got bamboozled last week. so hard, and I'm still a little bit sore about it.
Oh, I would apologize, but I'm really not sorry. It was absolute art. It was so good.
No, it was, and also, I just want to say, Fraser, like, we improvise. I was happy with how we improvised, like, how our characters interact with each other.
I was very impressed. It's the best improv I've ever done.
It was, I mean, it was great, and I'm so proud of you guys, but also, like,
Fuck you.
but also, like, I'm full of pain and misery because I went through emotional turmoil, but that's besides the point. We're back together and everything's fine.
Yeah, at least for one more session. Who knows what will happen this week?
Yeah. It turns on us for no
everyone
reason.
has beautifully painted nails
Yes.
by Stacy.
Balthazar
The-
doesn't. 'cause
Stacy?
He doesn't have
I was going to say,
nails.
Balthazar, do you want to have, like, a stencil temporary tattoo out of, like, nail polish?
Oh.
On, like, your arm or something?
Oh wait, Stacey could do like a tattoo on him.
See,
of some sort.
I feel that like getting any kind of skin related stuff work on a toad is difficult because they're so bumpy. I feel she might be like, ew,
Wait, what if you touched up your armor
gross.
with like glossed it up with like?
Hmm. What
Yeah,
if you have some
oh.
little shellac
Yeah, 'cause it's like a
blueberries
lacquer
on your
kind of.
breastplate?
Yeah, he'll take some prettying up. The thing is a little a little torn up and a little dented.
It's just like bejazzling your
Yeah.
your armor.
It's just like,
Your
yeah.
toad armor.
That's
Hey,
adorable.
just-
Dazzling, or is it blueberrying?
But blueberrying.
Blueberrying. Oh dear.
I
Blue
love it.
jazzle.
Because like our characters don't have like plastic gems at their disposal. I don't think, and
No.
if they did, they think they
Wait,
were
wait,
normal
no,
gems.
she
Like,
has a
if you
collection
gave
of-
gems to medieval.
She has a collection of like seashells that she's broken up into little fragments like mosaic.
Ooh.
Oh, and like the
Like the kind of like iridescent pearlite kind of-
opalescent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she will
yeah, he
place
would
those
love
on
that.
and cover them with a kind of lacquer that kind of glues over it but kind of glazes over the top.
Yes.
Oh yes.
So she
loves that.
will re-mosaic over the little blueberries and stuff on the like breastplate. Because is that a thing, or have I just made that up?
It just. I mean, I think it's fine if we make it up. We're playing as
Fine.
talking animals.
This
like-
is true.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the
I
canon
feel like
design.
that entire encounter was like Balthazar very happily like reciting all of the tenets of being a Toad Knight, and then Stacey
Yes.
going, yeah, wow, yeah, as
Yeah,
like
oh my God.
she was just like putting on the little stencil, like it's a blueberry.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
gorgeous.
cute. I love this.
Oh, so I just remembered because the blueberry is actually on the tabard, but she can just pretty up the like the pauldrons and stuff.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying is like she can put
Absolutely.
blueberries onto the breastplate where there weren't before.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, he wants all the blueberries.
Hell yeah.
That's
The more
so
blueberries there are, the stronger I become.
This music is very
My
like
blueberry
battle-
level has increased.
It's her battling with Balthazar, like getting through his stories.
She's like, oh my god, there's so many stories of toads in logs.
Oh my god. I didn't know there could be so many fucking
So-
toads.
So, gently dragging this back onto track, so you don't lose the trail of Chipper.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
true. that's
Sorry.
right.
You guys have left the camp of Christopher
Shish.
and Stacy. And is it Christopher? Shish?
Krzysztof. Y'all English speakers can't actually make some of the noises necessary to pronounce that name, so don't worry about it.
Fish,
So don't
sorry.
strain yourself too hard. Careful.
I could totally see that, like, Stacy's like, I can totally do it.
I am
It's
solid,
just because I'm better, but, like,
yeah.
don't worry. Anyway, you've left the camp of two traveling beasts, two loners who have very kindly fed you and warmed you up from the lock, and you have traded some food for one of the remaining tools that you have. And you are now heading west. So, we are here on the map, and I've marked out the route that we kind of talked about that you would be taking last week. You're sort of the terrain here is rocky and scraggy with summery, dried weeds kind of poking out everywhere. It's not like a grassy meadow or anything like that. Occasionally there's a tree that sort of sprouts out of the ground, but it's mostly open skies. So how would you like to approach Lady's Bank or start hiking towards Lady's Bank? It's maybe, if you guys really push yourselves, a day and a half away.
I didn't quite catch that. It's how far away?
A day and a half, maybe.
A day and a half. Okay. Sorry, it seems sometimes my audio blinks out. It's probably because I have Photoshop open.
Photoshop? Okay.
Photoshop?
So, I don't know. What was the question? Sorry. Yeah. How are we getting there, or how are we?
So, what kind of approach do you want to try and take? Do you want to? So, I'll give you some examples of like things you could do, because that can help set the tone. But you guys can do whatever you want. You could walk along the lock's edge, sticking to the water, so it'd be a twisting back and forth path, but it would be mostly flat. You could try hiking across some of the ridges and seeing if you can find like a straight enough path directly to Lady's Bank. You could try hiking up and over where it says like the reach. So I'm gonna like trace the path with like clicks. So you could like trace over the arc underneath where on the map it says the reach to kind of get the drop on Lady's Bank, so you have the high ground. You could do whatever you want. What kind of vibe are you taking to your travel today?
Because I imagine that we probably weren't at the camp for like too long.
No.
But I feel like being.
I would say maybe it's like 11 in the morning. You were there for a few hours.
Yeah, we were there for a few hours.
Really quickly.
Yeah, like I imagine, like we were kind of there. We had like some rest. We sat by the fire. We ate some food, etc. We had our nails done, etc. And then we were like, okay, we can probably, like, I imagine we're probably feeling sort of quite rested and heartened, knowing that Chipper is actually kind of so close. In a way,
I feel like we want to take the path of least resistance.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
But at the same time, we don't have much with us, so.
Wouldn't it be better to take the path of least resistance?
That is true, actually. Yeah, I was thinking, or do we go through slightly off the path and see what we can pick up on the way? Like, if there's anything, if we can scout anything out. But I guess, like, along the path, you're probably more likely to find things that have been dropped, or I don't know.
Does
that make sense?
I would like to start this out by. I would say this would be.
It's a new scene.
Not a new scene, but just for how much information you guys have, this would be Pipistrel. I want you to make a cunning roll for me because you have lost all of your maps.
I forgot about that.
So everything you are doing is by memory. This map is sort of like what you remember of looking at it the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Right. In that case, I probably do want to follow the water for the sake of.
I'd say so.
If I'm making a cunning check, can I for my new job, can I tag following tracks, because this is like a kind of orientation scout like job of sort of trying to see if there's anything?
This is purely a memory exercise
of
what you remember about the map, and you're not following. There are no tracks to follow. This isn't like a tracking exercise.
Okie dokie. Straight cunning roll, please. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to say that you remember the map really accurately, and you're able to kind of roughly with your claws try out the sort of shapes and have like an accurate conversation about the sort of routes you want to take. And generally, if you fly up, you're able to orientate yourself, or you will be able to orientate yourself in the general region from what you remember of the map.
Awesome. I imagine as we're walking, Pip will kind of stay on the ground for a little bit because obviously, conserve energy and other reasons. But every now and then, just to kind of keep their bearing, she'll like sort of fly up in the air, look around, sort of make sure we're still kind of looking in the right direction, look at the sun and things like that, and then sort of come down and say, like, we're going this way, or we need to change course a little bit, just to kind of keep everybody motivated and like you know, we're doing well and we're getting there kind of vibe. You know what I mean?
Aw.
Yeah. So the question still remains: what route do you want to take?
I think it probably is better if we follow the water. Really.
Probably. Just so we don't get lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And it's
I
like
asked that we could get lost otherwise.
yeah. It's. I mean, like,
I
it's
would
a
say,
pretty-
just to clarify, like your characters might get worried about getting lost, but in sort of like a meta sense, you wouldn't get lost because you know the map so well and you're able to orientate.
Okay.
The only way you could get lost if you guys were split up and Pipistrel couldn't fly.
Yeah.
That's the sort of like situation you'd be looking at.
I feel like if we, I imagine that if like the ground, it's not too steep following the lock either. So it's just for obviously for Lunson and Balthazar because they are like 100% ground bound creatures. You know, well, kind of. Balthazar can't
well,
swim.
that's different coming from you, Bat.
How dare you? Like.
I know you two. Holding him at, like,
That
forehead
wasn't Balthazar.
and, like-
Balthazar would never say anything like that.
Balthazar
God.
would never. He's a wonderful
So,
boy.
how about we follow the water until we feel we're almost there, and
Yeah.
then we could maybe
There's-
suss if we get a high ground or something.
There is like a
I
little.
like that.
There is a little tiny copse of trees that we could, which is really close to Lady's Bank, that we could like hide in and maybe like,
Yeah, I like that.
you know, like see where we're at when we get closer.
Strategize.
Strategize.
I love it.
So those trees are decorative, but
Oh,
there
sorry.
No,
might
they're not.
be
They're
like
fine.
a group. There might be like brush or something you can hide in. So that plan could work. I'm just saying, like the map isn't like accurate. It's very pretty.
Oh, okie dokie. I'm sorry. I
It's too
assumed-
late. It's now canon.
There are trees there. We see them with our Balthazar sees them with his 420k.
Yeah,
Balthazar, what do your
4K
toad eyes
eyes.
see?
he sees
Oh.
in like 120 FPS.
Oh my god.
At like an 8-mile range, just like.
No, he's like a Tolkien elves. Like, no, they can basically see like past the horizon because they don't see the curvature of the world.
Oh
So
my gosh.
Is that why? Oh my god.
That's really
yeah,
cool.
very quickly, the Middle Earth world used to be like flat, and then the gods made it spherical. However, the elves retained their ability to still see beyond the horizon as if the world was flat, and that's why
I
they can
didn't
see
know.
for crazy distances.
Wow.
I just thought it was
That's fucking
because
cool.
elves ate lots of carrots or something. Wow.
Oh my god, Brian.
That is one of the most interesting Lord of the Rings facts I think I've ever heard in my entire
So
life.
can we now canonly say that all hares and rabbits that eat carrots are equivalent to Lord of the Rings
Elves.
elves with sight?
Yeah,
See the-
Greer can see the
world flat.
miles for miles. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Canon now, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, that was a digression.
So, also, while we're digressed, I just marked on the map in green the route that you have taken originally from Brambledam, the entire adventure, to where you are now.
Oh.
Red is the path you want to take. Purple, this got a like bright purple pink is the flight route that Mikhail is taking back to Blue Pond. And yellow was your original intended route, like
Oh no.
Lol.
almost 30 sessions ago.
Well,
why would you bring that route up? Why would you even put it on the map? Come on.
Because
To
it's
make
fun.
To make
I
us
also
feel
want to.
bad.
I also want to remind you guys how far from Odoak you've gotten. You've actually gotten further away from Odoak
yeah, pish posh.
than where you started.
We like side quests.
It's been a journey. It's been a journey of self-discovery.
It has indeed. We would never have met Ludson if we hadn't taken 100 million detours.
So, you are going by the lock. That's the kind of the
Yes.
route that you're taking. Wee wee.
We.
We.
I need to use my brain
Aye, aye,
to
wee wee.
decide
CC.
what kind of what kind of scene to do. Because I thought you were going to take a different route, so I had a different spread prepared. But I'm sort of like, do I want to keep that
Oh!
spread, or do I want to?
Oh.
You had
Going with a
assumed our decisions.
Bold of you to
Yeah.
assume, sir.
Well, it's good that I've prepared lots of content in Vice and Virtue, available on Roll20. Look at all of the cool fortunes that we have here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
They're
environments. I'm going to
gorgeous.
pick the one that I think is most interesting. And then
Ra-cha-cha-cha.
I'm going to shift that over there. Look at the cool little icon that like people on the stream can see, but you can't.
Wow.
And I'm
Stream
gonna-
privileges.
Gonna deal 3 cards to myself, and I'm gonna hope that my players have the restraint not to try and steal them again, as always. Okay, so that's the first card. That's the second card. And that's the third card. No way, go away. Boo.
It's not a true game of Adventurers on a Dime with the Vice Virtue system. We don't try and steal the cards. It's an unwritten rule.
So your first fortune is they come at night, mostly. Your second fortune is lets you and him fight.
Ooh.
Wait, I think, have you had that one before?
No.
No, I've never heard that
Definitely
one.
not.
Okay, lets you and him fight. And then the third is they know these waters like the back of their hand.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh no, that could be friends or foes.
So I'm gonna write these down for you.
I've just typed them in.
No. Oh, have you? Oh, amazing, thank you, Fraser. You're
welcome, darling.
A darling.
They come at night
Fabulous
mostly.
Fraser.
Yeah,
Let's
like-
you and him fight.
That's some horror stuff that I'm absolutely fascinated with.
Well, they
But
come
also
at
love
night
the sound
mostly.
of lets you. Yeah, but I also like the sound of lets you and him fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's up with that? Who talks like that? I want to meet
Yeah.
them.
they know these waters like the back of their hands. There's something like genuinely like gives me kind of shivers. Like they know these waters like the back of their hands. Like they all kind of give me slightly dangerous vibes, but that last one, I'm like, ugh. Oh
By
no.
the way, this spread was written by Lee Lehrer, and they have done some fantastic writing. Like,
I'm terrified.
all of the different scenes in this spread are just.
Ooh.
Okay.
What are we vibing with, party?
I'm drawn between all of them, frankly. I don't think I have a. I think the first and last.
I'm actually not particularly interested in the last. I like the first and the second personally.
I have an interest in the first and last, but there's something about the first that is intriguing me in a way that the others aren't.
I definitely agree. The more I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, what are they mostly? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, there's something in that I think is really interesting. Excuse me.
I think we go with that.
Yeah,
I think we're all intrigued by that one.
Yeah, are we happy with the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They come at night mostly.
Dun, 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 dun,
dun. Okay. I'm going to read up on what this scene involves. I'm going to scroll to that so people can see.
Oh no, it's terrifying. Well, that's terrifying that the audience can know more.
We don't.
Oh.
Audience privilege.
Well,
You're seeing behind the
I have
screen.
I have the Vice and Virtue book right here.
This is true.
Oh,
And if I
that's true.
really wanted to, I could.
Mine is not in this room, sadly.
Mine is. I'm displaying it on my shelf, like it's part of my little. I have like a nice kind of set of stuff that's just there to look very nice, apart from being used, and that book is one of them.
Okay. So, you start hiking by the water. As a side note, someone was plinking me on Discord, so I had to close that tab. So if you want to message me privately, just hit me up on the Roll20 chat.
Got you.
So, you start hiking across the waters of the loch. It is... The shore of Loch Katrine is wide and open onto the water. You see far in the distance for an animal the banks that lead up to fallow fields, Bramble Fork. You see the tips of Aspen Grace gently swaying, a tiny little green dot of scattered trees, and 2 large walls of dark green marking like the eastern and western wings of the Bristley Woods. The hiking is fairly easy. I would like you guys to describe precautions you're taking to avoid dangers, or how you're hiking, how you're going about doing what you're doing.
Okay.
I can safely say Balthazar is not taking any caution. Because he has all these flaws like oblivious, stubborn, and poor foresight.
Fair.
But he is, I think, very like encouraging and not excited and like a you're gonna fight pirates, but more like we're so close. And
Motivational.
right there. Yeah, very motivational. So I think he's not like yelling. He's not, I think, that dense to just be like screeching. But I think he's more about like making good time to get there and keeping everyone motivated to keep up the pace.
I like that.
That's adorable. That's very on brand for Balthazar.
Okay, so for Balthazar, I'd like you to make a willpower roll for me. I think we're going to do one with each of you. But this is Balthazar's Thang.
Could I tag something for this?
Yeah, go ahead. You're trying to keep people motivated, so tell me how you're doing that.
I think I'd like to tag his what is it called? Not trait or feature? No, feature for his aspirant job. Do-gooder. He just wants to keep everyone's spirits high. Because that's just who he is. He's a do-gooder. He wants people to feel good by his deeds, and his deeds are words, actually, because they speak louder than deeds.
Real words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say make a willpower roll for me.
Just
at
straight
advantage.
Roll? Advantage, thank you.
But I don't think the results will be as you expect.
Oh.
Well, I have successed.
So you are good at keeping people's spirits high, and quite literally, as you stumble over your words, you also stumble over rocks. There are moments. Have you guys seen The Vicar of Dibley?
Yes.
So there's this
I've never
moment
heard
where
of-
like the vicar is like jumping in puddles and like, it's really fun, and then like jumps in a puddle and then sinks up to her neck.
Yep.
So there's moments where you're walking along the muddy kind of like rocky pool shore of Loch Katrine, and you're like, "Aha, we shall persevere." Well, that's not how about it's like, "Ha, we shall persevere." Aha, and you sort of like walk out onto what you think is a shallow puddle and just whoosh, completely disappear
Oh.
under
No, but
the
he
surface.
just keeps walking.
Well, no, this is the thing. You disappear under the surface, and all that's left is like your hat just bobbing on top of the water, and then you surface back into the hat, and then kind of half swim walk to the other side, and you have continue talking as if nothing happened. And it's this sort of like stumbling, oblivious buffoonery that is just lifting everyone's spirits and really carrying them forward. Also, you're staying
Yes.
very hydrated.
Yeah.
Very.
I'm glad for that little extra bonus on top of everything else. Yes, he is he is not the clown. He's the entire circus. He's here to entertain.
Oh,
Exactly. And he's the best. He is the only motivation we need. 100%.
So, with this sort of like joyous experience happening and unfurling in front of you, Pipistra, what are you doing to help keep the pace going and make your way down?
And
the rock?
also avoid danger, unlike fucking this guy.
Oh gosh. So like she'll be walking with them on the ground for like a little bit and like sort of staying jolly and merry and like hanging out with Ludson and Balthazar, but then every now and then she'll kind of take off for a little bit, fly in the air, make sure they're still on the same path, make sure that there's no like predators, like airborne predators anyway that she can see around her or hear, and like but she'll be in good spirits. Like she's like, honestly, she is in such a good mood right now because she thought you guys were dead and you're not, so she's like, this is the best day. Yeah, genuinely, like, she's just so happy that everybody's like okay, they're all back together, they're adventuring again, like they have a purpose. Like she's in a good mood, but she's like still doing her general kind of scout thing of like keeping an eye out and making sure they're staying on the right path. In between laughing about Balthazar, because she would.
Okay. So, what kind of check do you think that's going to be?
I imagine it's probably. I imagine this is. Oh god, this is still I forgot my vigor is still at a D4. I was gonna say it's probably a vigor roll, but my vigor is a D4. Oh no.
So, I would say that you guys had a rest, not a full rest,
Oh,
but you
a
had
short
a bit
one.
of food, a bit of warmth, a bit of water. You guys can restore 1 die up to its base size.
Okay, hooray! Because that puts my vigor back up to a D6 instead of a D4. Thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm not allowed to use that yet because this isn't a proper job. I think
You could try and tag it to like train the skill if you wanted to.
I wouldn't mind tagging my keen ears because I haven't used this before. Because it's so like, you know, she'll be sort of, she walks for a little bit and then it's like, you know, sort of flies up a little bit. So when she's up in the air, she kind of tunes out Ludson and Balthasar, who I imagine are kind of talking and laughing and things on the ground. And she'll start listening for like other things, like it was, you know, was that a buzzard? Did I hear like something in the grass nearby, kind of thing, just to make sure that they are safe while they're walking to the best of her ability.
I would let you tag that.
Yay!
It's a straight roll because it's not a skill that you have. It's one you're training. But go ahead.
Totally fine. Yay! Okay, please, 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 please. Hooray!
Success. You occasionally swoop up and scan the area. You occasionally stop everyone. And there's sort of like just the gurgling of Balthazar in the water. But other than that, you silence. You wait. You don't hear anything. You keep going. Things seem to be doing well. You're doing okay.
Hooray.
Lutson,
that feels nice.
What mischief are you getting up to as you make your way to the lock?
It's funny you say mischief. I mean, I think it might throw a bit of a spanner in the works, but I think Lutson's flaws are, you know, his skill, natural curiosity, but it's also very scatterbrained, poor impulse control, etc., etc. A bit of a disaster rat in general. I feel like he's not slowing the pace, but he's definitely keeping an eye out for anything he might find useful. Anything that's been dropped along the path, anything that's been maybe washed up on a bit of the shore, you know, bits of like materials, metals, just things that he might be able to find that would be useful in a pinch.
That seems
so
very
he's kind
on-brand.
of keeping. He's a bit distracted, having
you're
lost
looking
a lot.
around. You're looking for anything that's washed up on the shore. I want that. Sounds like a cunning because you're being aware of your surroundings. And you can try to tag something. Though I know that your job is like scavenge rats, so maybe that's a new skill you want to try and tag there.
So I've got a new skill of resourceful in a pinch, or I'm still trying to figure out the wording of the kind of Swiss Army rat thing of maybe Mother Nature's recipe.
Ooh. That's a
And
fun
just
one.
finding stuff that's around. I don't know if that fits, but
I would try and phrase it in a more active way. Like, that's a good vibe to keep going with. And I'll let you... I understand the vibe we're going for, so we can find the name for it later. So you can, like, tick that this as one of those uses, but we'll find an active way of describing that in, like, I know how to sort of fashion more verb forward. But for now, yes, I'll let you kind of, like, tag that so you have a straight roll, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Ooh, just a straight roll or advantage?
Straight roll, because it's a skill that you don't have and you're training.
Oh,
so that's a complication. You barely managed to pull it off, but not without consequence. I'm going to say you do spot something floating. It's sort of hooked on a branch, a little ways out. It's a rather familiar looking bag.
Keep talking.
I'm going to say... could you roll a d4 for me? A 1 and a 2, it's Balthazar's bag, and a 3 or a 4, it's your bag, Lutzen. This is just random chance.
It's 4.
So you see, like, your kind of, like, sack, your makeshift sack sort of hooked against something a ways out. I'm going to draw it on the Roll20 chat, and that requires me to remove the drawings, even though they're beautiful.
No.
How dare you?
Remove them, just move them.
I'm not remove. I'm just moving them down.
Okay, that's fine. That's a
My
good
best
is preserved.
My
Brian
best
has
buddies.
Brian has been waiting for an excuse to just atomize these horrible things.
Someone's buzzing at my door.
Hello?
Oh no.
Surprise visit. Hello?
Oh no.
Who's there?
Who's
Oh
there?
god, Fraser has been like
bitch,
en route.
it's me. But you thought you saw the last of me.
Oh my god. I'm back now. Very professional on this stream. So it is some way out, sort of here. Okay, so if this is the bank of the lock, also just notice that we have a little comment in our chat. Hey, Gay Space Bandit.
Oh,
if this
hey,
is the
Bandit.
bank, that's the water. The water goes, and the bank goes down and lower into the lock. There's some sort of like rocky driftwood detritus here that's sticking out and stuck to something over here, and the bag is sort of like hanging.
Looked on it.
limply.
I think as soon as he spots it, is it Lutzon's bag or Balthazar's? Did you say?
It's Lutzon's bag. I'm gonna move it a little further
right.
out.
You know what? I was gonna say I feel like he tells the others, but I think he just starts walking towards it. And he just doesn't. He like in his head, he's like, okay, I've told them. Now I'm gonna go and get it, and he just like veers off the path towards
That's
it.
funny. I think I like the idea that Pippa spells it in the air at this point, like doing a check, and she's like, Lutzen, where are you going?
I told you I'm going over here. Look what it is.
She'd fly
It's the
down.
water. It's beautiful.
So
No, beyond the
you
water,
immediately
Balthazar.
sink up to your neck into water very quickly because the bank is a little steep. And you go, "Ugh," and it's
Yeah, and then he realizes.
cold and wet. This is the first day of autumn,
Ooh.
Oh.
and so the water is a lot cooler
No.
than it was in summer.
Ooh. He does the kind of like the Ghibli shiver.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, the whole body shiver.
Yep.
Will you be fine, Lutzen? If you'd prefer, I could walk into the water.
I think Lutzen kind of has a moment where he realizes deep open water.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
scary.
Yeah.
You back out of the water, and as you do, you see a little motion, a little shiver of something slide and glide through the water and back into the depths again, lazily.
He
and
bolts
lazily.
out. He bolts out.
Oh no.
It's terrified. It could be another pike. Yeah. He bolts back out and
I can't move you out of the water, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the water down.
fair.
The world.
You
moves
full
around
on
Lutzen.
Moses, like, "Ugh!"
Yep. Yep. The world moves around Lutzen.
Fair.
Yeah, he bolts out the water again and just like, oh, no. If you wouldn't mind, Balthazar, that'd be awful kind.
Oh, scary.
I just
sorry,
really
to
hope
walk
that there's-
into water? Did he say would you be so kind? I didn't quite.
Yes,
Something with my audio is not quite right. Sorry.
That's okay.
I think it's just my internet. Yeah, Balthazar will say, yes, but of course. And what do you think of this?
Roll for
Roll a
thought
cunning
process.
check.
No, yeah. Well, I think. Oh man, I think he's going to. Oh God, no. 'Cause I
Lutzen will
was
point
gonna-
out that there was something. It's like, I think I maybe saw something in the water, so, please watch yourself if you're going in.
Well, if there's anything in the water, you know what? To avoid being swept up or taken away, he's gonna take out his rock rope anchor flail, and kind of plop it down, and he's gonna start kind of like Ariadne's string, like he's gonna be like unraveling it as he walks into this water. It's not a labyrinth, but whatever. I'm still counting on him meeting a minotaur though.
Sort of like you,
but yeah,
oh my god, you tie the rope around your waist and leave the anchor on shore.
Yeah, yeah. And he will say, listen, if you could be so kind to watch this and make sure it doesn't just start going away if I get dragged by anything, but I'm sure I will be fine.
Of course.
And actually, I think just for, so he'll have his hands available to carry this thing, he's gonna leave his hammer, on shore as well.
Oh.
Because, like, he's gonna have to carry this big backpack.
I think
Back.
Pip would
Backpack.
backpack.
No,
I think-
backpack back.
Oh,
is
there we
what
go.
I was trying.
I think Pip would land and to help out. She would sort of she can't pick up the hammer; it's too heavy for her. But she'll kind of prop it up and hold it and sort of and say I'll make sure this stays safe until you get back.
So Balthazar, you start to walk over to the mass. I just realised people actually can't see this on stream. I'm dumb. Everything is moving. Well, hooray!
Well, if you want, maybe I can draw the Balthazar and then I can move him independently
Yes.
of all the stuff that you've drawn.
Beautiful.
I will do that.
I know what I'm doing. Roll 20. It's so easy when you know and have a brain.
Just creating my player token here. So this is very important.
So, describe walking over to the water. What's the process?
Oh, that's really good
do that.
bubbling noises.
Thank you, thank you.
Cause like I can't do that. I can't. I would need to like gargle water to.
Oh, you just like wiggle your finger on your lips.
Oh, oh yeah, that makes
Yeah, there
sense.
you go.
So
Yeah.
and emerge out the other side.
That's the rest of the episode.
As you are descending into the darker depths of the lock, you see a shadow shift in the dark water. You emerge out the other side. The bag is there. The bag contains. What's one thing that you lost on the boat, Lutson?
Oh, Brian, my memory's fucking horrible.
A gun. It's crazy. You have a gun?
Pistol.
A straight up bazooka.
He had a rocket launcher, and it was really tragic when he lost it. It's
Yeah,
great that we got
no,
it back.
it's you go over and it's your bag of fixings.
Okay. Actually,
they are
no, I
just
used
loose
that
inside,
ages ago,
but it's the
though.
equivalent of like your bag of metal parts of various gears and things. It's not the actual bag itself, but it's all the things that fell out into your larger bag over the course of time.
Okay. I was gonna say I think I used all of them before, but you probably wouldn't notice that they were in the bottom. So
Well,
that
this
works.
is the thing, is that like you didn't notice, and
Scrap.
so like you think you used all of them, but actually the majority of them were just in the bottom of your bag.
Oh.
Because there's a hole in that bag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. That's
So,
right.
it's got a mix match of bendy bits of wire, random metal scraps, pieces of interesting stone, shiny rocks, that sort of thing. It's a real hodgepodge.
Oh yeah.
It's a porridge of tools.
Ooh.
I like
Ooh.
that.
The bottom,
Menagerie.
in a literal sense, it is, because the bottom of the bag is filled with like silt and goo.
Oh. Mmm.
Delicious.
Juicy.
Yeah, I mean, Balthazar... Because you say that Balthazar saw some kind of shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he will kind of look to Pipistrel and say, say, Pipistrel, if you take to the air, could you check if you see anything in these depths? I did see something, and I would like to know if it was a passing presence or one that might return to harry us yet.
She would nod and go for a little fly over the open water to check, make sure there's nothing
You
hiding.
flap and fly over, and you see the dark, long shadow of a familiar shape. It's some kind of salmon or carp or fish. The same one that tried to gum you to death only the night before.
Yes,
Not the same
I think,
fish, but you're pretty familiar now with death-shaped
Yeah.
fish.
death-shaped fish.
And death.
And yes, I mean Pipistrel's near-death experience. Tune into that fun episode. But yeah, I think she would she'd sort of have a quick look, assess what kind of fish it is, and then she would go back and say, oh, you know, there is a carp-like fish in the water, so you know, be careful, because like they're not.
That'll be fine. They won't eat me. I have the armor they can't swallow. They're pathetic.
Weaklings. Yeah.
You're
yeah.
nothing to me. You can't kill me in a way that matters, fish.
Wow. We aspire to have the energy like Balthazar does.
No, he doesn't say any of these things.
Death is just a temporary problem for me.
Yeah.
You can't kill me. I am hope.
I'm
so
Toad.
you go back into the water, yeah?
Yeah.
You grab the bag, you go back into the water.
Actually, you know what? He's gonna. You say that there's like a bunch of silt and like trash at the bottom. That's not like obviously cogs.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna grab a fistful of that and kind of like scatter it. Like, hang on, I'm gonna put him on the. Oh, it's a pauldron. There we go. He's gonna like scatter it here, so maybe the fish is like, oh, is it feeding time? And we'll go over there.
Make a cunning roll for me.
Brian!
You're using tools. You're being intelligent and smart.
Oh no! You do have an auto self. But it's probably not.
I do have an auto self, but I don't think I want to use it here.
You throw you throw like the mud and silt into the water, and get a little bit too enthusiastic. You start to throw the actual bag. Do you throw the bag and not yourself, or do you throw yourself with the bag?
Oh. Oh, wow.
God. Wait, how would he just throw the bag? Like, oh man.
So like
Why
you're
is he
reaching into the
dumb?
bag and throwing the silt. You're like, fish, come here, and then you realize that like the momentum is already there to throw like the majority of the contents of the bag. So you could hold onto it and just sort of into the lake, or you could throw it and go, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
I'm gonna try to, it's like, oh no, it's my friend's important things. Here I go. Just go to the
You sort of,
water.
and then the brain, like the neurons fire as you are mid-swing with like most
The
of the
one
bag's
you
like
run.
bits, and you're like, uh-oh. And you sort of just like barrel roll into the water.
Oh, bless.
I feel like
wait,
I failed
I'm
at
still holding on.
throwing, like... Sorry.
That's okay. I was just gonna say, I think Ludson was kind of like maybe holding on to the end of the other end of the rope, even though it's got the weight, but he's still kind of guiding it along.
It starts to go a bit tight. Like
Okay.
there's not a lot of slack left. You're like, you hear a massive splash on the other side of this rock and this kind of branch.
Valty, is everyone okay?
Oh my god.
I'm the biggest blemish in this lake.
Oh
You
god.
stuff the fixings back into the bag as this sort of like relatively for carp, small kind of carp fish swims up and sort of like slowly like acknowledges you with its dull blank fish eyes. It sort of pauses and stops and looks at you.
I'm underwater right now.
Yes.
How big is this thing? You said relatively small. How big is his mouth?
I mean, its mouth couldn't swallow you whole, but it is
Okay.
big.
Well,
It's like a
just in
horse compared
case,
to a person.
I'm gonna inflate my croak sack, where I keep all my songs, and go to the surface and also appear bigger than I am.
Okay, so I want you to make a willpower or vigor roll for me. And
I
you
will
can
do
tag something if you want to.
willpower, and I will tag my unexpectedly menacing,
Ooh.
where I suddenly become bigger, and maybe he also lets out like a kind of croak that will echo a little bit in this water, and this carp will be like, oh no, hopefully.
Big
Okay.
scary toad.
Make a roll with advantage.
Thank you. Oh, look at that, 2 successes.
Double success. You go. You sort of like, sort of like an emergency, like an airbag in a car or something like that. You just go.
Yeah.
Like a puffer fish, and this fish goes, oh, what the hell, and sort of swims away. The momentum of like the fish spinning in the water spits you out, kind of like half slaps you and knocks you over the stone and the branch, and you onto the shore with a clean bag of fixings.
Nice.
You're not harmed. You're just sort of like, I was slapped by a fish.
Yeah, hardly the worst thing in my career.
Not that
well,
bank.
he's
You're
going-
you're by Lutzen now. Lutzen, you sort of watch as
all
Balthazar
the way
is
here.
slapped over this stone and sort of lands in the shallow of the water.
Oh,
Amazing.
Wow. That's animation right there. Oh! I think Lusten's just a bit shook. He doesn't really know. He kind of looked between the spot where Balthazar erupted from and landed. And just kind of...
He's slowly like, as his croak pouch deflates.
Yeah. And then he kind of sags a little bit, rakes himself, and says, "Just as planned." And he's going to hand you the bag and says, "It seems that your various metal and construction bits and bobs are here. I imagine you must be rather happy to see all these."
Oh, fantastic! And I think he kind of takes the bag and plops himself down on the shore and just starts rummaging through it. just to see, like, taking a small inventory of what's kind of there,
Yeah.
and then immediately forgetting what he saw.
Yeah, like you start organizing things and then change the organization system.
Yeah.
Halfway through, like, oh no, it'd be better if I did it alphabetically. Oh, wait, what about by size or by weight? And eventually, I think you get hassled into like continuing your hike by Pipistrel, who's keeping people on track.
Yeah.
Very much.
And you just grab all of it and shove it back into the bag.
Mhm,
I would say there is enough in there for a small, paw-sized project.
Ooh.
Paw-sized project. Okay.
I love
Or
that.
like, there's the
size.
things for something to make something that's paw-sized, or if you add more materials, something bigger.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, that's fun. ...
Paw-sized project. Okay.
So,
I mean,
Start
a
I
next
think
to that in
gun
my
is
notes.
paw-sized. I'm
Mhm.
just saying.
Oh, what? Sorry.
A gun.
oh
Wow.
my god.
Oh my god. This campaign is just turning into let's give Ludson a gun.
Yeah, it always was Atlanta. I don't know why you're only bringing it up now.
Fair, good point.
When they have the facilities
mean,
to do it now.
Like, just my favorite weird... Like, I don't know why. I just love this go-to joke of giving something unassuming, or in a world where there's no guns, just give something a gun.
Yep.
Like,
Why do you
wait,
think,
this
like,
is
that picture for your Roll20 icon, which is just Balthazar with a human hand holding a gun?
like, yeah, you can see I have an affinity for this stupid joke.
It's such a good joke.
One day you will realize what saltpeter is, and that you need to
Oh.
grind up charcoal, and you will make gunpowder.
Oh my
I
god.
mean-
Ooh.
This is almost like a
But
threat.
I mean,
that
I
day
already
is
have
not today.
a small.
You
I mean, we already have a small
continue-
combustion engine, so.
You continue hiking. Oh yeah, you did have a combustion engine. You know
Yeah,
what,
baby.
like, oh damn,
Not far off.
biofuel,
Mm,
different kind of explosive.
it's
Mhm.
coming.
So, I'm gonna say that like the day starts to fade into night.
Ooh.
Oh.
The sun swings overhead. This isn't like a immediate like, oh god, the gods are here. Like, it's just time passes and you make your way closer and closer to Ladies Bank. I want everyone to make a vigor roll for me, just to see how tired you are and how fast you hike.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, poopy.
I want to see if I
No.
can.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can tag anything.
Oh yeah, tagging stuff is a thing. Whoops.
I feel
mean,
like
to be-
for setting pace, I know that we were kind of not rushing, but I feel like Lutzon's again his natural curiosity and scatterbrainness probably slowed him down a little bit, so he's not knackered.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
So I don't know how that would play in to a roll.
I don't think it would give you advantage. I don't think you
Yeah.
necessarily have to tag anything. This isn't like a major like life or death roll either.
Okay,
This is
that's
just
fair.
you know.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh, is it though?
Are you sure about that? You fucking say that.
Are
Oh,
you sure
I
about
got
that?
hijinks.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
For my role, I don't think I have anything. Like I have my undaunted trait, but I'm not sure. I don't think I, because I feel I want to use undaunted in like a He's not discouraged by setbacks, but we didn't experience any setbacks, so I think I won't be tagging anything for this without like stretching. So, it's also complicated, you guys.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say that it's autumn is catching you by surprise, and it's not necessarily like a bad. You're not taking damage, but like you are suddenly aware that like the wind hasn't been warm today. You've had bright sunshine on you, and that's mostly kept you for say like Lutzen, you were able to dry your fur off. Balthazar, you're able to like refresh and soak your skin again. But it is much colder, and that makes you feel well, that affects you differently. So like Balthazar, something that is in and out of the water all the time as a toad, you feel torporous. You feel, I need to fatten up and get ready to hibernate. That's your natural body's instinct. You kind of
Yeah,
want that.
I mean, he is as an amphibian, he's not warm-blooded, so
Oh, yeah,
cold
that's
will slow him down.
So
I
like
forgot
you
about
feel
that.
more torporous. For Lutzen, like waiting for your fur to dry off, you were like shivering, and you realized, I'm actually shivering. And you were cold. Pipistrel, you were fine because you didn't get in the water. But you do feel like you have to like occasionally stop and like work blood back into the tips of your wings and sort of let your your leathery wings sort of like warm up again and go, okay, let's go.
She'll be doing the
that-
thing where like she'll fluff up her fur as well, just like underneath her flight suit.
Yeah.
She'll just kind of like quickly be like puff 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 to try and keep herself
It's
warm.
like you've got like your flight suit on, and it's like it's a bomber jacket, but like the fluffy part is just you.
Yeah, the fluffy part is just her.
So it is an interesting experience. It very much seems like there's been a pressure drop in the air, and it feels as if like a humid bubble has been popped over the Bristley Woods. That's the experience that you're getting from these rolls. They're not like a bad thing is going to happen, but this is just like how we're flavoring and understanding what's happening here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cold.
The sun passes behind the mountains that are north and west of the loch. You are roughly 2/3 of the way to Lady's Bank. I'm going to say that because you said there was a bank of trees there, that a scattering of trees and brush obscures your view of Lady's Bank. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I suppose before we go any further, do we want to take a high ground? See if we can spot something before we approach it like last time? Didn't really end very well at Lalastock.
I think it would probably be sensible to get a little lay of the land before we just go charging in. Yes, I think so.
Yes, I feel that's a very tactical move. I believe that we should pursue this plan. And with my very good eyesight, I can probably scout much in the darkness.
Imagine it's like an anime glint over his eyes. You know,
Yeah.
where it does like the...
Yes.
You
Okay.
do like the anime, like you
pushes up,
push your
he
glass.
pushes up his eyes
yep,
like
yep.
the glass.
I was just about to say that.
Yes!
Yeah.
Very good.
Except like you do the motion, but there's no glasses. It's just the eye. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, ooh.
extremely gross.
There's like a little sound.
Do toads like lick their eyes like geckos?
Oh,
and
no.
stuff? I need to find out. Do toads? Sorry.
Oh, I
this is
feel like
for
I know
my
exactly where this is
curiosity.
going, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you try to get to higher ground to watch Lady's Bank.
Yes.
I would like you guys to describe how you're getting to high ground. Are you scaling like a rocky ledge? Are you trying to hike around and walk for a period of time in the darkness? Are you is Pipistrel just flying up? Are you trying to get to the bank of trees to kind of crest this hill? What sort of vibe are you going for?
So,
If there is any heights to be scaled, we could use the rock anchor, like maybe Pipistrel. Could she carry it up?
I was just
Maybe
thinking,
it's too heavy. Sorry.
Lutsen might, if we're having to scale, I might sit and try and craft a little impromptu something or another.
Ooh, that would
You
be
could-
smart.
You could make a grappling hook that could.
That's
swoop
exactly
the
what I was
anchor.
thinking. So I'm going to maybe make a
Yes.
grappling hook, but if there are also little scraps, because it's just like the little, the kind of clunky, hooky end, because I've got rope that I could tie, basically just tying a small bit of rope around a kind of metally contraption thing. It's fairly just
Or
like,
is
I
it
imagine
like
a few bits of metal.
those ones where it's like a gun that you shoot and it has a grappling hook?
I'm
I
sensing a
wish.
theme.
Not yet, but that's an upgrade for the future. But I
I'd
would also like
say-
to try and make little, like, hand hooks almost.
Oh, that's kind of
like
smart.
pipe
yes.
hooks.
But yeah, like crampon kind of things for his like
Yeah.
paws to kind of
I
dig
would
into
say
the rock.
you can either make a grappling hook or you can make a pair of crampons for a single creature to use.
Grr, okay. Wait, what are the crampons again? Are they like the hand hook things, or are they the
The
things
hand
you put on
hooks.
your
So
feet?
essentially, I'm imagining that you can make a three-pronged grappling hook that is as suitable for like throwing into the air, and
Yeah.
could be like somehow like appropriated to help climb with, or you
Yeah.
can make crampons that are a hook for each paw with like grips.
Okay,
But there's not enough material for both.
okay. Could I? Can I meet you halfway? And have only just for 2 paws for his like feet instead of for all 4. So reserve a
Well,
little bit.
he wouldn't get all 4. I'm just saying it's 2 paws. It's not all 4.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll make the grappling hook then, or I will attempt to make a grappling hook. 'Cause that's
I could
got
al-
more use.
I could
I'm gonna
always-
say, as a craft paw, you just make it. So just swap out fixings for makeshift grappling hook.
Nice.
Nice.
I think also Pip could in theory also like
Help hook
like
it.
she could help hook it. So like, you know,
Mhm.
she could almost like if she took one end, she could like fly to
Ooh,
the
you
top.
could fly it up. That's a good
Like
idea.
she could fly to the top of the tree and like make sure that it's all
Best way of securing it.
yeah secure. So then you two can climb your way up,
Mm-hmm,
and then she can just wait for you guys at the top of the tree.
Yeah.
So
I like
Flying
that.
advantage.
your plan is to go towards the bough of trees and then scale one of the trees so that you're high up, you're hidden, and you're looking down on Ladies Bank. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I thought that we're scaling up some of this.
yeah,
we
like that
can
craggy.
see that there's
Okay.
like a difference in height. I thought that we're positioning ourselves to be above, so we can kind of go into Ladies Bank like. But I may have misunderstood. So we just want to scale up a tree to see things. Is that it?
I was thinking along the same lines of like up a kind of craggy, not quite a cliff face, but a kind of vertical rocket area. That's not a word.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, for me, I was like, I wasn't. You know, I don't really mind what we're scaling. I just think anything for like a potential vantage and also like way down into Ladies Bank that's maybe a little bit more hidden than just
Yeah.
walking in might be a good idea.
Yeah, I think kind of up this way is my thinking. Kind of up a little
Yes,
bit.
so we can be like here or something,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
can
On a wee
approach
ledge.
Ladies Bank from like a different angle than the waterfront.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Strategic positioning.
Exactly.
Tactical.
Okay,
now
so you're hiking up
thinking
rock
like a
then.
toad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Black Ops.
Okay. So I would like
ops.
Balthazar to make a vigor roll to guide the party to a suitable patch of stone because it's now night.
Yeah. Let me see if I have anything.
I'm saying it's
What
vigor
can I
because it's a
see?
rote. It's you just are walking and hiking.
Thank you.
And it's routine as opposed to cunning, which is being aware of your senses.
Yes, thank you. I want to see if I can tag anything to. So is this more so for me? Not being a guide, but just being a. I don't know if I can tag anything for this. Hang on.
What do you want to tag?
Yeah, this is just for hiking up, not actually like finding the area.
This is for finding. This is for finding a suitable area because you can see in the dark.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really think I have anything that I can.
Well, just make a straight figure roll to see how well you do. A 6. That is a success.
6 out of 8?
Yeah, but it's still a success. You're able to find a very suitable crag that is. It's like a boulder has been split by some great force. Moss grows up it. And Pipistrel, you are able to fly up this sort of shape, find scrabbling around in the dark, something to secure the grappling hook to so that it is not moving, and then Balthazar and Lutzen, you are able to sort of like, using this crack as like a wedge and support, you're able to hike up very easily this sort of scale, this large boulder. You are now where that little blue mark is on the map. So I'm going to remove the red dots of your path because you've not travelled it. You've actually made good time.
Oh, hooray.
And you are now above Ladies Bank. It is maybe midnight. And you are looking down. There are a couple like glinting lights. The dock is lit. So you can see the outline, the silhouette of like is it silhouette like a thin yellow line of the dock having been lit by lanterns. And as you watch, a rowboat slowly enters the harbour, and animals or like shapes dislodge. It's far enough away that you can't really make out what things are. But you see a couple like shadowy shapes get out of the rowboat, and then it's secured underneath. It's like tied, and they sort of tuck it underneath the dock. They go into Ladies Bank.
Interesting.
Pipistrel, I would like you to make a cunning roll for me for observation of your surroundings, because you have you stay alert.
Okay. Am I allowed to tag anything, or is this just a straight cunning roll?
I'm gonna say it's straight cunning roll because no one else would get this check.
Okie dokie. Good vibes, good vibes. Ooh, hooray.
All the good vibes.
All the good vibes.
Ooh, that's a good vibe.
7 is really good. This is just a success.
A good vibe.
You don't get a good vibe. You suddenly get a very anxious energy pass over you.
Oh, okay.
You suddenly feel watched. Like you have a bad feeling.
I think instinctively, because I imagine they're all kind of like sitting in like a row. They're all sitting very close together. Ludson, Balthazar, and Pip. She's just gonna put a hand over Balthazar's mouth and turn to the other two and just and like put her other like her little bat finger to her lip, or her lips, and sort of like make a shushing gesture, and then like gesture to her ears, like I hear something. Or like I feel something.
You motion to stay quiet, and I'm going to say you actually like cover Balthazar and his shiny bedazzled armor with your wing. So the brown of your wing and the brown grey of the rock kind of blend together in the night.
Oh my god! Stealth cloaking.
It's like a camo
up
blanket.
And against the mostly empty sky, occasionally there's like a grey cloud. Very little illumination because the moon is still just a growing crescent. You see 3 or 4 shadows zip overhead.
Oh, how big were they?
You can't really tell, but you know they were there.
Were they fast?
You see them circling Lady's Bank.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So
checking. Noticing the kind of flight pattern of them. Flight pattern. Goodness. Are they moving like quite erratically, or kind of more gliding? Like, would you be able to tell if it was a bat or a seagull?
You can't tell what kind of bird it is, but you know that they are gliding.
Oh, okay. So they are definitely birds then, so not bats. Okay.
Yeah, and they are. You know that they are the kind of bird that glides. They are not, say, like a coal tit, which flaps. And
Right.
flaps. This is something that is soaring.
Okay.
They're also like. It's a pre-ternal sense that alerted you to them, like ancient bat senses.
Like a real
predator.
Yeah, a real instinctive thing. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was a gut instinct, and you get the vibe. It's a thing that would eat you.
Oh, okay. Owls, perhaps.
Can Balthazar use his extremely, 400k, 4 billion K.
His telephoto his eyes.
Catch these birds in 4K.
The 2 telescopes Hubble telescopes that he has instead of his eyes.
So I would say I would like you to make a cunning roll, because this is senses. You can see, and I will describe these birds to you. The cunning roll is to see how much we're able to discern from them.
Hey, I see all.
You've seen birds like this before, of this colouring. They are sparrowhawks.
Oh God!
Sparrowhawks. Yeah.
Oh, that's bad news.
In terms of size,
scary.
they are similar in size to seagulls, but they are like hawks. They have very sharp clawed claws, talons. They've got talons, and they hunt small birds.
Yeah.
They eat them.
Yes,
they are exclusively carnivorous.
Yeah.
They soar and circle Lady's Bank.
Oh, wow.
Balthazar will kind of whisper out, by the color of the plumage and their white and slightly red underbellies and yellow feet, and the 6 flight feathers that I see at the tips of their wings, I can tell these are sparrowhawks. I believe that they're actually they're native to the Reach. They probably are looking for easy prey. Most of the Reach, from what I heard, is largely grassy plains, and it's easy to get picked off by a enemy from the sky.
As you
Perhaps
say, they're looking for easy prey. One of them swoops down on Lady's Bank. There is a yip, and then commotion. One of them is holding some kind of squirming form that then tries to slash out, and there's movement, and then the hawk drops it and swoops away.
What?
The others continue to circle.
Wait, so it dived down, grabbed something, took it up, and dropped it.
Tried to grab something. It struggled. It dropped it. It
on the
then
ground.
flapped back up. And the others are sort of circling above. What do you guys do?
Oh no.
So
perhaps they anticipated the arrival of this
They were looking for the arrival of a ship and are hoping to pick up whoever's disembarking.
Well, if we can stay hidden, it's probably better news for us.
I don't think it would be. I don't know how we'd even get into Ladies' Bank right now with those.
I don't think we
circling.
do.
No, maybe we would be better just to watch and see what happens.
As we're up here, is there any little like a little bush or some foliage, or are we just kind of would lots of be able to get some moss to kind of blanket over ourselves so Pip isn't having to use her wing the whole time?
Wings.
I'm gonna say the challenge is not to find cover, but to find it silently.
Okay.
There is definitely
Oh,
something you
okay.
could hide under, but
Okay.
depending on your role, that's how quiet you'll be doing it.
Okay. Well, can I tag my scavenging trait, or actually no, my new skill, resourceful in a pinch, to find something that's close by, so there's less movement needed.
Ooh, smart.
Is that something you have, or is that in a job?
Something I'm training.
Oh,
So
Yeah, well,
that would be
you
a
can-
cunning roll. You won't get advantage
Oh wait, my cunning's pretty good, but
because it's from a job that you don't have yet.
yeah, I really want to get it though, so that's the thing.
I'm just gonna say, is that a new skill?
It's a desired job.
Desired
Thing.
job. I mean, hang on, let me check. Yes, that's a skill. So I would let you start. I would let you use that in a tag to train it. I was just checking because
Yeah.
if it's a trait, that's something you don't have to train. That's something you get when you have your 3 skills all trained
Right.
up.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could start training resourceful in a pinch, if you wanted to,
I think
or just make a straight roll.
I think that fits.
Yeah. So make a straight cunning roll for me.
Oh, critical success.
Oh,
yes.
Very good. Is that 2 ticks?
So you look over Pipistrel, and you realise that just Lutzen isn't under your wing.
Oh God.
He's just barrel rolled out the side.
She does the thing where she looks over and she sees Balthazar under the wing, and then Ludson isn't there, and she kind of looks back, and then she double takes and then starts looking around where did he go?
You just see a little rat tail wiggling in the distance.
You look over the edge, thinking that he's just gone.
Yeah,
And you don't see any little rat bodies over the edge. You're like, oh God, and then you look back, and you realise a shadow passes over you, and your heart stops for a second. And you realise that you're now covered by an even bigger shape. Lutzen, you have found a piece of large bark that's shed off a tree and sort of degraded and torn. And it's you just very gently, quietly Now it's covering all 3 of you.
Oh, smart rat. Well done.
Yeah, baby.
Brilliant thinking. Now poor Pipistrel won't have to be palming us all night.
Exactly. No one enjoys planking for that long.
She tries not to
I
laugh
think it's
because
palming, or I hope that's not a bad thing.
no,
Just
it's-
realized.
No.
I don't know.
Not quite. It wouldn't be weird. Anyway, it would be weird if we made it weird.
yes, it's not. It's all good. But yeah,
So you relax your wings, you kind of shake them out a little bit. They have gotten a little cold with the night air.
yeah, she's gonna tuck them in and do not upside down, but she's gonna sit and fold her wings over herself to keep warm.
Is there some moss on one side of it that is kind of keeping us cozy?
Oh,
I wouldn't say cozy, but it's insulating you against the cold,
Yeah.
open night air.
cozy
Yeah.
stakeout.
I wish I could generate my own heat. That sounds nice.
Oh, Lutsen snuggles up to Balthazar a little bit more and just radiates.
So does Pip. We kind of sandwich him in the middle. We use our mammalian body heat to keep him warm.
Oh, I do very much appreciate.
We call you warm bloods, probably cold bloods and warm bloods.
Yeah.
You lovely warm-blooded beasts, and it's like your blankets, self-heating blankets all on your own. It's wonderful.
Oh, that's really cute. This is giving me lovely images in my head.
So, as you snuggle, you kind of oh, this is a nice moment, and you hear a
Oh, not
and
nice anymore.
one of the hawks swoops away with an unmoving form in its claws.
Oh no.
Oh no.
With what in its claws? Sorry, I
An
didn't quite catch
unmoving
that.
form. It has caught and killed someone.
Oh my god. This is a lot. I think Pip would
You
actually.
then
I
see
think Pip would say
one
that
of the
as well.
hawks swings and swoops, and there's sort of a very distant twang, and something through the air.
Wow.
Misses the hawk. But
Ooh.
you see against like the slightly blue haze of distant ground, you see, Balthazar would see, a thin black thing swoop, arc, and disappear into the log.
Is it like big enough to be like a harpoon or like a
something like
arrow?
that. Something like that.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
They have harpoons. I suppose I'm quite happy we didn't approach from on top of a boat after all.
Yes,
But they could have.
Another arcs over.
Oh, I don't like it.
Oh god, this is really. How are we ever going to get into this place?
I
'Cause
suppose. Oh, sorry.
No, I think sort of Pip would sort of be like sort of just generally like remarking out loud. It's like, well, they have the air seems to be covered with whatever that is, and we couldn't approach by water. We certainly can't approach by ground. What do we do?
What? It
third
seems that this is
swing. And something arcs through the air, and it hits one of the hawks. And Balthazar, you notice that it sort of sticks in for a moment and then falls out.
Poison, perhaps.
Do I recognize it at all?
Oh, did they steal sting slinger technology? I swear to God. I'm gonna kick all their asses.
Lutson, I want you to make a cunning roll to see what you would know. You didn't necessarily... You would have worked on weapons in the Boer War, but I don't know. This could be something you know.
Yeah. So what was it? Sorry, a cunning roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say you have disadvantage unless you tag something, because you're going off descriptions from Balthazar.
Okay.
Can you tag your violence can be an answer?
I mean, violence works as flaw.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just seeing his unfiltered personality doesn't really count. I don't think there's anything I can use.
All right, you've got to make the roll at disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't have that yet. Fuck. Okay. So disadvantage. Let's just see what we have. Well, it's both successes.
Hey. Oh, hooray!
Both successes. You do as well as you can. You kind of think about it, and you're like, that sounds like they're using some kind of like large crossbow. But unless they're intentionally using poison or something that would be venomous, which is hard to get, no snakes in the Bristley Woods are poisonous. There's no naturally poisonous creature that makes like something you can that can make something you can harvest. You can't like scrape down toads to get toad venom. Well, not that other animals know. I don't know how the sting slingers work, and I'm not going to go into that because that's Balthazar's secrets to unfurl.
Hornets and bees and stuff.
That was it.
And maybe bug
hornets.
poison, like centipede or something.
It's not efficient anyway. Actually, yes, you would have heard of this. The only people who are able to make poison are like the hornet keepers, who are part of the like the insect guilds. But it's not effective. It's not something that they make a lot of, because you have to kill a lot of hornets and wasps to get it, and they're very dangerous things to keep as hives go. So, you don't think it's poison. You just think it's a large crossbow that doesn't have enough torque to really take down a sparrowhawk.
Right. Seems awfully inefficient.
I think Pip would almost laugh. Like, do you think you could make something better?
I believe that our good Lutson could.
In the back of your mind, that's where your flaw comes in, violence and solution. You're already doing the calculations of like, I don't know, well, if you have like enough.
I think he doesn't realize
like,
he's thinking about it.
Wood. It needs to be fresh. It needs to be green so that it has spring to it. But yeah, you could kill someone.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Lutson!
I think. Yeah, I feel like he just kind of rattles that off without really thinking about it.
I think Pip would be like almost a little alarmed by that and says, "You certainly do your research, don't you?"
Well, it's sort of like an enthusiastic way. In an enthusiastic way, you're like, well, I don't know. I mean, in the boar where we were trying to penetrate hides, but the eyes are really soft. If you get it through the eye.
Oh, okay. No.
That's a lot.
Ew.
Balthazar just nods along, like, yes.
Yes. Soft spots.
Pip is like, what?
And you're traveling with a night pipistrel. We do, at the end of the day when we fight a foe, if they mean us harm or death, such things are dealt equally by us.
I mean, there's never a meat who's using these things, but I suppose it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it?
I suppose it's just I'm not used to this kind of thing. I only delivered messages.
So, how long do you want to wait? What's the general trajectory of what you guys are doing? So I can then narrate.
We're staking out. I don't think we really want to go in at all.
No, there's
the
like
risk
a...
of getting-
Yeah, they're like being besieged by the Boyds.
Yeah, boys. Like
On the
they're-
one hand, it is a distraction.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true, actually. Oh,
What if we carry this bark over our heads? like a phalanx kind of thing. I don't know if that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And so the Boyds can't get us, and hopefully everyone will be distracted and not see our turtle walk.
that's a good idea. 'Cause
I mean,
if
it's
we-
dark and only I can see.
True, because I imagine if we like kind of where's my thingy? We like crept down the hill and then went into Ladies' Bank here
Yeah, from the back.
from the back, like because they're so concerned with the sparrowhawks like picking people off.
Yeah, that's true.
Like maybe they'll have their eyes on the sky and
Did we
not
see-
on the bank.
I know you described the kind of boat that was moored earlier. Is it just on the edge of the water, or is it in something?
It was
Like in
tucked
my-
underneath the dock, so it's covered, but it's openly accessed, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw a rough map for what's going on. I'm going to put it in the map layer so that we can move things over it.
Oh,
Yay.
good plan.
Nice.
So, I'm going to use all the tools at my disposal. Polygon line.
Ooh.
This is the lock here. This is the rough sort of shape of it.
I
is
don't know if we
going
can
on.
see it.
Where's
there
we
it is,
go.
there it is.
Blam.
Shablam,
Except
okay.
I'm going to redo it so that it has an interior. So like that's the shore. This is like the water of the lock. In and out.
We just have to wait for it to reveal.
Yeah, we can't see until you actually
Oh, there we go.
finish the
There we go.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
This is the rough sort of shape of the docks. The dock is here. It's thin and dark. Hang on, I need to change the line. Ooh.
I'm digging this sort of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making like the lines slightly darker so that like buildings
outlines.
shape out. So that's the dock, and there are sort of like small buildings that mark out where Lalotstock is. Not Lalotstock.
Oh
Ladies'
wait,
Bank.
hold on. Is the fill the water or okay? Yeah. I'm interpreting.
Yeah, so the
that
green is the
wrong way
water.
around.
These darker like squares and shapes are Ladies'
Got
Bank.
you.
You notice that some of these buildings are burnt. Balthazar can see this. Like they're wrecks. They're not the silhouettes of full constructed buildings. There are a few streets here and there, and the hawks seem to be swooping down into this. Some of the buildings are illuminated by red gold light of torches, and there are animals trying to fight them off. One of the
Okay.
hawks, Balthazar, you notice, perches on top of a building and tries to like rend into it with its beak.
Oh, wow.
And you get flashbacks to the owl attacking you at Mushroot.
All
Yeah.
those weeks ago.
I wasn't there.
Just a hawk.
Oh my gosh.
Balthazar will kind of be whispering what he sees, and he's narrating it very very impassioned. Like it's not just like
As a
they're
report.
attacking buildings. It's just like
In one fell swoop, the hawk descends down on the building. and tries to pry its prize from within.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh.
Cute.
On one hand, I'm like imagining it like football announcers. I mean, I say this. I've never watched a fucking game of football in my life. Not for me, darling.
Marvelous play by the Hawk as he descends down in a classic maneuver.
I was thinking
well
David
done.
Attenborough.
Oh, yeah, David
God,
Attenborough
yeah.
works so much better.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, he absolutely
Here
David
we
Attenborough
see
is.
the small
The
sparrow.
noble hawk descends down on unsuspecting prey, veiled in darkness, using it to his advantage. On swift wings, he flies down, tries to pick off one of the sailors and pirates.
Oh my god. Pip is like,
This an intrepid group of 3 small heroes.
An extremely
start
handsome toad.
You start to sneak your way down to Ladies' Bank underneath the cover of this old bark.
Yes.
yes.
I guess, yeah. I mean, wait. I mean, so we want to go down there to why are we going down there?
Yeah.
To find the beetle, and then
Yes.
what?
Okay, yeah, as you sort of battle plan before we just kind of,
Okay, we reverse that.
um,
Well, but yeah, what do we want to? Do we? I mean, I just kind of want to. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like
But
Because
consider
we don't have
this.
time to either fix or disable the beetle, frankly.
No. Consider this. If the beetle is still on that barge, and they wouldn't have time to take it out because of these hawks.
Another boat heist.
Yes, but this time we are wiser and have the experience of the previous boat
This is
heist
true.
under our
Now,
belts.
before you go too far with that, it isn't a boat. It is a rowboat. It is small. It fits under the dock. The dock is it's not big. The ship that left Lalastock was a ship, so to speak.
Oh, it's not.
Hull and
Oh.
sails.
Oh, do we
This is a
see
rowboat.
anything like that? Do I, with my 40k vision, see anything like that?
Actually,
docked?
that's a very good point. There is a
Ooh.
boat.
ooh.
There is a boat. I didn't consider this, and this is something that I'm putting in now. I'm putting this shape in. The boat is docked there. Also, a rowboat comes in. But the ship is here. Hang on.
Drum roll.
Oh, it's not showing up because I'm dumb. I'm using the pen tool. Like an idiot. Here we go. That's the boat, and then the rowboat is sort of like smaller. Sort
Right.
of shape, but it's underneath the dock.
Okay.
Got you.
But you see
Okay.
the dark shape of the ship, unlit. Nothing appears to be happening on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do we want to infiltrate that boat then?
I mean, I don't know
I'm
how
gonna
we
need-
would. I
I'm
don't know
gonna
how.
need time
I
to
don't know.
fix this thing.
Yes,
Or
I don't know.
destroy it or something. I don't know what I want to do.
I don't know how we'd even get a ship like that out of the dock. Maybe we would have to destroy it. And she would look
Sail
at.
it.
Oh, do you know how to sail a ship, Balthazar?
No, but I'm sure I can learn.
I'm sure I can figure it out.
I appreciate
Oh,
the
God.
vote of confidence, but you know, we don't know anything about ships. We barely know how to use boats as it is.
Well, so
That's a tough subject. It's
so
still a tender
here's a-
spot.
here's a question. What
I'm just seeing the fucking clock with the gun.
what do we? Listen, do you want to destroy this thing? Do you want to recover it? Because well, yeah, I suppose that's how we can chart our course of action. Is how do you want the outcome of all of this? What do you want it to be?
You see him kind of thinking over. He's kind of like, you can see his little like his little gears in his brain working.
Apologies for that. Was my phone being dumb? Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not quite sure. On one paw, I don't know if anyone else can be trusted with this, but at the same time, it's caused so much destruction already. Maybe it is better if this thing is just destroyed. Or it could be put to good use elsewhere, but, you know, once it's out of my hands, out of my paws, who's to say what happens with it?
Remember that message that we received from, or that we saw, Sir Balthazar, remember his name. I just totally blanked.
the
I
Norse.
find cold-hearted friend.
Mikhail.
Mikhail, yes, that one. Apparently, the person who requested this beetle is part of some guild of knowers. Though I don't know what their goal could be, but they are consorting with pirates and vile vermin, creatures that have decided to abandon beast kind or have been ostracized one way or another. Lost souls are ones that have willingly taken up this lifestyle, and I suppose I don't know what to make of somebody who is simply willing to pay these people to steal and plunder from others. Well, they could have just asked you kindly for it, probably. Very nice. If someone asked if they could look at it, you'd probably let them.
You do raise a good point.
I think Pip would sort of agree and just say, you made this beetle once before, which means that you could make it again. And this time,
He kind of giggles a wee bit.
But and this time out of the paws of beasts who might use it as a weapon almost. We don't know what they're going to use this thing for.
I will say, as you guys are talking, the orc attack is continuing.
Oh man.
You need to, if you're going to make use of this distraction and be able to make it there
well,
in time.
So here's the thing, though. if I may say so, I think we would kind of figure this stuff out as we were traveling, because
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
we would kind of know how our characters feel about it or what they want to do.
Okay.
In theory, yeah.
I'm going to say we're going to flash back then.
Okay.
You guys are like, remember when we had this conversation? Lutson, you need to tell us what you want to do.
Yeah,
And
when we reach him.
the vibe changes in the scene. You guys are earlier in the day, back in the middle of your journey. You are pausing for lunch near the lock, and you are having a conversation about what you're going to do with the beetle. I am going to say that we are coming to the end of the session in terms of our human time. So go ahead with what you will. I will suitably DJ the music.
Okay. I don't this is the thing is so kind of out of the game. I don't know what's better to have it to destroy this thing or keep it and deliver it elsewhere, but it's going to take time to repair it to some sort of degree, and I ain't got nothing on me. I'd be like, this thing has done a lot of damage so far, but in the pause.
Well, here's the thing, actually.
Really...
What if we try to find Heap Greenpaw? If he wants this thing, you're the rat to repair it.
This is true.
Oh.
What if we and that will also let us find out maybe what they want to do with it, and then act accordingly. And that might also shimmy us up closer to
we could just catch them out of the if they're going to be delivering it there anyway, we'll be there before them.
Well, we don't know where Yeep Greenpaw is.
True, but ideally we would get there before and kind of bend the ear of Yeep to our favor.
Well, because the thing is that we could potentially also present ourselves to the to Chipper and be like, hey, we know you're working for a member of the Guild of Knowers, and we can look at the state of this thing. You dingus, it's all bumped up. Well, good thing that the creator is here, and maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, we're talking about it. The more I'm like,
I mean, to be fair, we, yes, Chipper has we don't trust her, and she's definitely working for somebody who is pretty dang nefarious. Potentially, we don't know, but we have our kind of the best bargaining chips that we could possibly have, which is having Ludson. And I imagine Pip is sort of saying this, who else is going to be able to repair and even potentially make more of these beetles than the original creator? And even if we don't, even if we have to double cross later in, once we actually find out what they want to do with the beetle, at least we know what we're doing.
Yeah, if this creature is part of if this creature is part of the Guild of Knowers, then presumably they want to know about this thing, or it's relevant to them in some way. So you'd think that having the bigwig behind it might be a valuable resource. But I also, even in thinking that, I'm not really sure how that pertains to our current predicament.
Yeah.
That's true.
I kind of brought it up because I was just thinking about it, but
It is a good point, though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What if we don't destroy it, but just fully disable it so it can't move?
I'll
All the parts are
sabotage
there,
it.
but they won't know how to repair it.
So we want to sneak into Lala's dock to sabotage it.
Leave it broken, dusted, and like they've got the parts, but it won't be any sort of useful.
Without you and your like schematics and know how they would be. Oh, that's genius.
Like, I mean,
yeah, and then,
I don't know.
And then, like,
you might be trusting a lot in me. I don't know if I could fully build another one of these things. It was a bit of a haze and a fluke.
Well, but they don't know that.
Well, you're right.
That could be our way out. They can't use it. They can't use it if they don't know how to repair it.
Okay, this sounds good.
So,
should be able to...
if we arrive to Lala's docks, this is the ladies' bank, we will try to sneak in. Hopefully there will be some manner of distraction.
That would be awfully convenient.
We will sneak in.
We could sneak in under the disguise as under cover
of bark.
Bark or the cover of night. But bark and night would be perfect.
Night bark.
Night bark.
In any case.
Operation Nightbark.
Operation Nightbark. Okay, pause in.
Black Ops Beasts.
Black Ops Beasts. Pause in the middle, folks.
Pause in. Yes.
Okay, go team.
Go. Yes.
Fast forwards.
Okay.
Incredible! It's the dark of night and hawks are attacking and we have some bark! Operation Nightbark is coming together swimmingly!
Oh dear.
So
We should not be allowed to metagame.
No, this isn't metagame. This is what you guys would have planned.
This is telling a story.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Sorry.
You descend down the side of the cliff that you're on because you have to get to Lady's Bank. You kind of climb back down the rope. Pipistrel, you're able to retrieve it. Lutz, you sort of like send the bark like to descend and float down and kind of like spin like a bit of plywood down the side of the bank and then pick it up again. And you start to, as fast but also as quietly as you can, hike to Lady's Bank while this hawk attack is going on. I want you guys to describe how you are staying quiet.
I'm not. I'm wearing full armor.
Oh god.
But I have an auto self.
Oh, you do. Okay. I imagine that for Pip.
Oh, wait, sorry. Before we go in, do you want to use your neutral question to make sure that we can do this?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Good shit.
Thank you for reminding me. I'm sorry. I just saw but what is this drawing of a hawk attacking a rat? Ah!
Nice rat.
It's more. And this guy. Oh shit! Hang on.
No, oh god. Oh, knife rat.
This guy's like, hold it close. Hold it still. I'll shoot it.
This is like Attack on Titan, but it's Attack on Ladies Bank.
Attack on Ladies Bank. Oh my god. Okay. After sorry, they completely distracted me. So, gosh. Okay. What kind of question would be actually useful here?
Maybe want to check if we're gonna get caught
if the
or
beetle's
distracted.
there?
Yeah.
Is the beetle there?
Yeah.
It needs to be about the consequences of an action you want to take, and I will give you a full answer as a narrator, a peek behind what's going to happen in the story, so we can tell about the story.
Okay. So if we can get in and not alert anybody or anything to what we're doing, would it be possible for us to is it actually going to be possible for us to disable the beetle so thoroughly that they genuinely won't be able to use it again, or is this a plan that's going to maybe work in theory but then actually not?
So if you manage to get to the beetle, Lutzen could definitely disable it. It's an engine. It has pieces. You could take a vital piece of that engine with enough time to like dismantle it a little bit, like get it, that it could then be refixed at a later date by someone with the expertise that Lutsen has.
Okay.
You definitely are able, if you're able to get to the engine, you're able to disable it.
So
whether you're able to get to the engine, whether you have the time to disable it in that fashion, are all questions that I'm not going to answer. Because that's not the question you asked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know that's kind of why I wanted to make sure that plan could actually work before we actually get there, and we all roll amazingly, and then suddenly we're like, oh, actually, we can't do this because of
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think if well, actually, what else do we have? There is an auto self and an auto other still, so it's possible. This heist could work potentially.
You feel confident as you hike down into.
The fates are on our side.
I'm going to say we'll speed things up so we get to something exciting. You guys are on the edge of Ladies' Bank over here. I'm going to move the map a little bit so we can see. Oh, I can't even move it. Okay.
Oh, do you need me to move my guys?
No. It's the screen capture I've got is just not far enough over to like see the X mark. You guys approach the edge of Ladies' Bank, and I'm gonna increase the intensity of the music because we're actively like fighting and attacking and twang and noises like that. It is this one.
Oh wow, this is very dramatic.
So there is like a they're coming in, like a piercing shrill, just like war cry from a hawk. Like,
wow,
and the clanging of like swords hitting claws and no, Godric, and noises. There's like a hey left twang. You missed, you idiot! And this is all like happening on the left side of the map over here. Like this. Hang on, I'm drawing this area of the map.
Ooh, I'm in the
Okay.
wrong. Okay. And we're over here on the right.
Yes.
Okie dokie.
Well, that red X is kind of like where you are coming in. You could be further out, but that's just so I can put you on the map so that the people can see.
Got you.
So where's the? I thought the fighting is where the X is. Where is the fighting?
No, it's on the left side of the map. Sorry, I drew it and then deleted it. It's like over here, the other side.
Okay. Hey, don't worry. Look, these guys will go here.
Yeah, that's real helpful.
Knife rat.
Well, that's bootstrap rat. They call him.
Bootstrap rat.
He seems like a trustworthy fellow.
So there is like swooping and fighting and twanging.
Okay. Is there a path that we can take that avoids like any of the? I don't actually know what they're using to fire at the hawks, but like that avoids like the weapons basically.
That's a little intense.
Ooh.
That's very intense. My goodness.
Oh, this is good. Okay.
Well, let's think, because the
So maybe we want to go down along like here, the kind of coast behind the buildings almost.
Oh.
And that's away from the beaten path.
That the beetle will be in like a warehouse or something, where they like are maybe storing it until it's daytime again and they can travel.
Yeah, it's either on the boat or on a warehouse for sure.
So like down this way.
Yeah.
Okay, because actually that would be a good place to start because we could just kind of like poke a nose in each of these buildings.
If there's wee windows or something on the back, like keep an eye.
And just see. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah,
So
let's go with that.
Start to move down this way. I want you guys to make a cunning roll because you're being aware of your surroundings and trying to stay quiet.
Okay.
And you will all underneath this bark, so I need all of you to make that roll.
Can I tag my tender touch for my prosthetic engineering as like a little like dainty paws and little paws, daintily stepping quietly?
Can I tag my aspiring mud fury? I am the black op beast.
Is that a skill you're training?
No, that's one that I already have for my
Ooh,
aspirant
yes,
job.
I will let you have advantage because this is the kind of situation you would want to be all mud fury.
can I tag? This is also for my job, so I haven't got this yet. But can I also tag my following tracks to see if there is anything that might indicate that they have put? There's been a large thing that's been dragged across the floor and going into one of these barns.
Okay. I will say you make a straight cunning roll, but we'll add information depending on how well you do.
Okie dokie, thank you.
So here's my question, my friends. Should I because I still technically pull it off, but there's consequences. Should I auto succeed?
I mean, that really is up to you.
Yeah.
I suppose it would be good, maybe, so we don't alert them just yet, because we just got here.
Yeah. Okay,
We do
I
also
will
have a
use up
disguise.
my auto self-success from my voice.
So I'm going to mark that off for you. So I'm going to say that like your determination to be a Mud Fury pulls through here, and it's that need to do this. Like you know that you can be a little silly sometimes, you can be loud and the joy of the party, but this is a really tense situation, and you sort of like hammer down on those like instincts to crack jokes or to like be fun and to just focus.
Serious toad
You
mode.
auto succeed.
Serious toad mode.
So you all start to make your way down here, and it's that success that lets you stop and pause as you hear a scrabbling from one of the buildings. Out of a window of one of these houses that aren't burnt down, you see I'm going to say that it is a...
Wait, did you say these ones are all burned down?
Yes, the stoat
Weasels
is small.
are tiny.
Weasel. So you see a weasel. It's small.
Oh, tiny
Crawl
weasel.
out of a window with a bag. It then helps another... I'm going to say it helps maybe a shrew out of the window. And down. You go to the shrew, but the shrew has a barbed piece of wire in one hand and a small sack over the other. And they both look back at like the fighting that's happening, or like kind of here. The weasel spits on the ground, and they both scurry off out of Lady's Bank this way.
Oh, so they are not part of this. Interesting.
Or they are
behind
yeah.
us?
One of them is wearing a red bandana. The weasel is wearing a red bandana around its waist. The shrew is not, and they both leave.
Turncoats, yeah,
I
interesting.
just don't want to fucking deal with this shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Allons-y.
You continue on your way towards this sort of building, Pipistrel. You don't find any tracks this side of the docks, so to speak. Like, you are not at the docks, you're not around the area where the beetle could reasonably have traveled, so there is nothing this side of the bank, if that makes sense.
Okay. So are we going to continue up this way?
I think are we going onto the boat? Are we not going onto the big boat?
Oh,
Is it
yeah,
not
we're going
more likely to be there still?
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean,
there's
yeah,
no
or we can
effort.
check if there's anything in the buildings.
Yeah, we're gonna have a quick peek in the windows. But in my mind, or in Lutz's mind,
It's on the
it
boat.
takes them a while to get this thing to move, and they've only just arrived.
That's true.
So-
It probably still is on the boat if they suddenly got
Gonna take a
besieged
day.
by hawks.
And yeah, especially if they've been sieged, it's probably still on there. But let's keep an eye out otherwise.
Actually, yeah, could we, like, while we're passing these, I imagine if we're going to continue round to go to the boat, could we just peek in the window and see if there's anything that we could
I want
steal?
everyone to make a cunning roll. Balthazar, you have advantage because you have night sight.
Oh wow!
The others have disadvantage.
Oh, no!
This is
Can I use my eye
representative
for
of all of you
detail?
sort of, like peeking in and looking.
Can I tag my eye for detail? Like, and also I made this thing so I would know like the silhouette of it and or like.
I'll let you have a straight roll.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'll change the information that you receive as well.
Okay.
Oh, can I tag my unassuming presence? Ooh,
Two crits!
Shit!
that's nice. Can I tag my unassuming presence? Because like I'm peeking in, but I'm also a tiny little bat lady, and I'm
You don't
so
wanna alert.
small. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you, again. I'm gonna change the information that I would give you, but I will give you a straight roll.
Thank you. Dang
Oh,
it.
imagine if we had 3 crit successes though.
So, Pipistrel, you
Yes.
are so cautious peeking in that you don't really see anything. And
Oh,
it's dark.
damn.
You just sort of like you go.
Oh,
and you don't,
okay.
you don't see anything of use.
Yeah,
Lutzen, you can
she's
confirm
nervous.
that the beetles are not in the buildings that you're looking at.
Okay.
And you miss what Balthazar is actively taking in. Many
Ooh.
of these homes are bare, to some degree abandoned. or they are in poor repair. You do pass one that's burned down, and Balthazar, you're looking over this. You don't know what to take in about fire because you don't have fire at Blueberry Pond. You can't tell how this place burned down, but you can roughly tell that the fire originated from inside the building.
They don't have fire in Blueberry Pond?
I think they might.
Yeah, because
Well,
they're
I-
not cold-blooded.
I-
They need to stay warm.
I'll rephrase that. You don't have like house fires as a problem.
Oh,
you live right next to a
okay.
lake.
Yeah,
you're all like
everything's
amphibious
moist.
creatures, so everything is moist and damp, and it's
Got
a single
you.
large log. So if a fire did break out, it's very easy to deal with. So you don't you don't have like fireman toads.
Yeah,
Oh.
that would be
Okay.
really cute though.
That'd be adorable.
So wait, so the fire originated from within one of the buildings?
Yes, because you can see like it's from like there's like a mess of a corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think. Well, so I think that. Does it smell like the fire was recent?
This building, no. It's long gone out. This is old.
Okay. Well, Balthazar will kind of whisper that to the others and say,
It looks like the fires that burned these buildings was from within one of the buildings. Do you reckon they were trying to experiment with the technology that you have managed to master?
Beats me, but perhaps.
But I suppose, because these buildings are in such disrepair, I don't think that they would be putting this beetle within any of them. Not that I saw, anyway.
No, I haven't
Perhaps
spotted it either.
perhaps that barge is our next best chance.
I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are we getting it back onto the bark, or are we leaving it here? We can quickly scurry over.
I
ooh.
think.
Bit of bark
I
floating
think-
about in the air might look a bit more suspicious.
Mhm.
Well, see, I had determination to get here as quietly as I could, but with the clanging of this armor and potentially with somebody maybe being on this barge,
Oh,
perhaps I should stay around the corner.
Could-
Stay here as lookout, and the two of you who are much more fleet-foot could make their way on board.
That's not a bad
that's
idea.
not a bad idea. Just kind of keep watch. Well, if you want to avoid distractions and getting, the reflection of the moon on your beautiful new armor, Lutson will take off his wee jacket
Well, I'll
and
keep
put
the
it
bark.
over.
I'll keep the bark.
Okay. Okay, I was gonna say because Lutson could take off his jacket and wrap it around Balthazar as a kind
Aw.
of like.
Oh, sorry. I think something cut out if you said that.
No,
yeah,
that's
no,
okay.
he wants the
If
jacket.
If you'd
Give
rather
me
that.
the jacket.
Okay.
Give me your jacket. That's adorable.
Yeah, because also like a rat running about like is kind of darker colored anyway.
Yeah, they
Probably
don't
slightly
run.
more like it's
I'm
not
also going to say,
making a difference.
aside now, the only thing that distinguishes you necessarily as like someone running past are your goggles. Otherwise, you're just a rat.
Yeah.
So that's something that you are aware of as well. You throw your coat around Balthazar, and it's a little big. Actually, you think it would be big, but Balthazar, you're starting to get a little tight in your armor. You're growing.
Oh,
Baby boy.
Yeah.
It's not like
Big
affecting
boy.
you, but like in a cute way, like of your
Yeah.
character, literal
growing
growth.
up.
Yeah. Balthazar will kind of look around though with his super night eyes. And with that crit from looking, was there anything resembling red cloth that they could maybe grab and put around themselves?
That would be. You'd have to go into one of the houses to start searching.
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm afraid the chance
No.
for failure is too great.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but Balthazar will just kind of say for you guys to look out for anything that even in the darkness might resemble red. He doesn't know what that would be because he obviously sees all the colors perfectly. But yeah, for them to maybe seize any opportunity that they have to blend in even more.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
Pipistrel, and Pipistrel, if anybody wants to harm you or shoot you, you do know that ancient proverb, don't shoot the messenger, just say you're here to deliver a message.
She almost
it's not
Say
actually
that you are here
mentioned.
to deliver a message from the Guild of Knowers.
Oh,
Oh, that's actually like she
Yeah,
laughs and then
yeah.
she stops and thinks, actually, you know Balthazar, and she reaches up and pats him on the head. It's like, that's a very good idea.
I would like to say
It is. Don't be
the
condescending to me.
the fight is going on, and also as a side note, "Don't shoot the messenger" is like the noon messenger motto.
Yes,
They were the ones who started. They're like, "Please stop shooting us."
don't shoot the messengers.
oh. Okay, are we sneaking on, Pip?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, I think we do like a little nod and like just scurry.
Yeah, off we go. I mean,
Where'd you
Pip
go?
is like I imagine that Ludson is like on all fours running, and Pip is just she's doing like this little bat hop thing where she is kind of running on all fours, but she's running like I don't even know how to describe it. Kind of like a horse. It's like a gallop.
Oh god.
Because she's like she's like all limb, so and she can't fly right now because she will 100% get spotted.
Yeah.
So she's like running along the ground like a weird creature.
So you emerge from out behind the back of like this sort of building here,
Yeah.
and go towards the ship. And I'm going to ask Ver to move the diorama.
Oh, the guys fighting?
I
Yeah,
think we're
The-
gonna go
these-
over
oh,
just so we can start
shit.
drawing on the.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, I'm moving the... There we go. Okay, they're leaving now. They're gonna go at the bottom of the page.
They're leaving now.
Oh,
Bye. So we have a B for Balthazar behind the building.
uh-huh.
And then we have got
I'm gonna draw.
Lutzen and Pipistrel over here.
Okay.
And I'm controlling those, don't worry. So you guys scurry out. The area here is not well lit, but there are like shadows from torches up the street. Actually, I'm going to say a badger runs past with an armful of bolts and a torch in one paw.
Oh, wow.
Sort of goes this way.
Okay, so we see that bit is okay. It feels like those things might be hand armed more than set in the ground.
We just
Feels like they've moved it towards the fight.
we
But we better be quick.
we just need to be quiet and we need to be careful. And she's like, I imagine when they get to the edge of the barge, like, is there like a platform that kind of that goes onto it?
No, but you could scramble up onto it.
Okay, I think
Like if
what
there was a
she's gonna-
gangplank, they've removed it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I think. Does she still have the grappling hook?
Watson will have it, yeah.
Yeah, Lutzen would have the grappling hook and the rope.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
actually, you've got the grappling hook, but I think...
No, I've got my rope.
Oh, you've got your own rope. Great, good for you.
Because I think what I think Pip would kind of go to Ludson and say, it looks like they've moved the gangplank. I could fly up carefully onto the deck with a rope, and then you can climb up the rope.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. He will tie his bit of rope to the edge, to the end of the. Oh, it's already tied, but and we'll pass it over the grappling hook part to Pip to latch on the edge.
So she's gonna because I imagine what she's gonna do is she is gonna do like a little like hop from here, just like poof onto the side, and then like crawl like some kind of beast
Oh,
like onto the deck, like keeping as small and low to the ground as possible.
very good.
So you... I'm going to ask you to make a cunning roll to be aware of your surroundings and to try and be quiet about this. You're trying to be... Essentially, you're being cunning. It's the definition of the attribute.
May I tag my unassuming presence because she's keeping very low to the ground and her ears are flattened and she's not using her wings. She's basically just using her
Yes,
little
to stay
hands.
quiet, I'd let you tag that.
Thank you. Thank God I needed it.
So you hop onto the deck. There is no one on deck. You
Good.
tie the rope, and Lutzen, you were able to quickly sort of like up
Yep.
away the rope, and you are now on the deck of the ship as well.
Nice. Okay. Is there?
The sails are not. They are furled. They are wrapped up. Boat isn't going anywhere.
Okay.
And it seems to be anchored into like this part of the lock as well. And they would need to anchor it because there are no tides. The deck is strewn with some boxes and barrels of various things you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Ropes are coiled at the sides to do the sails. That isn't rigging because it's not huge.
Yeah.
These are more sails that are like on booms as opposed to on long like T-arms.
Yeah.
So it's not like a galleon, it's like a small ship.
Yeah.
There is
When
a
the-
cabin at the back of the ship, and then there is a hold you can go down into.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say when we saw our Lutzen saw it sailing away, did you not see the silhouette of the beetle on the ship?
I don't think
can't
so. It was
remember.
too far away. You
Okay.
just saw a ship sailing away.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I think like he'll just kind of nod to Pip, like probably down in the hold, I guess. So let's
She
not
would,
waste any time.
yeah, she would sort of nod and like she's again because she's trying to like she's kind of keep a low profile. She's gonna do like the weird like back crawl across the floor, like
Yeah, let's move very quietly, like little padded paws. You'll
Yeah.
kind of can they retract claws? I mean, he probably doesn't have any claws from like all the scrapping about he does anyway.
They're
Really.
more like fingernails than they are claws.
Yeah.
Claws in a traditional sense. They are
Yeah.
nails.
they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're your nails.
If you're just kind of like very padded foot, just kind of like scurry along like on all fours.
You
Yeah.
you poke your heads into the hold. It is completely dark. What do you do?
Can Pip use?
Do you have my moss ball thing?
Well, I mean, Pip was actually. I was thinking. I mean, it's technically part of my standard gear. Can I use my echolocation to see if there's anything in this room? Just quiet, like little squeaky bat noise, just to see
It
if.
would give you the rough shape of the room, and give you information that's based on hearing. It's also pretty loud. I mean, we humans can hear bats like. That's more like a goat. Sorry. Squeaking around in the night. We hear them.
Yeah,
They
that's
do
true.
make noise.
Yeah.
So that's something you need to be aware of.
Uh.
You can if you want to.
Well, if there's no lights, it's unlikely anyone's going to be down here, really.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they might be really busy, and the boat looked deserted. So I'm gonna. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna use a little
Oh,
bit
I
of
was going to say
echolocation.
because I don't think we
Oh, sorry.
need to, because we can just take the. You'll kind of put a little paw over your mouth, seeing you like
Ah!
It's like I just have my little terrarium. Like we can just kind of
Oh!
gently globe our way down.
You
Okay,
I will say
take the
that
shrimp.
echolocation is at a it's an ultrasound. It's at a frequency that we can't hear.
Like, yeah, that is true.
Because they
'cause
also probably make sounds that we hear, but
They do.
echolocation specifically is at such a high frequency that
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
can't do nothing with it.
I'm just saying that it's not
Like
silent.
waveforms.
maybe like it's potential. Like if there are other bats around, they would hear it. So but it was just to see if there was anything in the room, in below deck. But yeah, but actually I forgot
Okay,
about
so
the little. I
Yeah.
forgot about
Do
the
you
little moss ball.
terrarium or do you echolocation?
Terrarium.
Terrarium, because also you wouldn't be able to tell the form of a person if they were there.
True.
It'd be like a blank.
You take the terrarium out of your bag, which is kind of slung over your back, and the gentle glow immediately, like, whoa, sort of like this
Yeah.
unearthly green, white light
It's like the
glows
prophecy in
out.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's like the little like.
You look around, and as your eyes adjust to the sudden light, you hear more than see something at the back of the hold. The hold has some barrels, but most have been pushed to the side. There are grooves and scrapes all over the bottom of the hold, and you can feel them in your hand.
Oh.
Beetle is not here.
Oh no.
Oh. Shit.
Oh no. Oh god, I don't know what to do now.
Can I ask if the grooves and scrapes are like what the beetle would leave?
Yeah, is it
Yes.
from the beetle or is it?
You
There's
get
some
the vibe
creature down
The
here.
beetle has definitely been here. It's scraped along the ground.
Can we see
the
which way
deck.
it left?
Can I ask outside if Balthazar's looking over, with this meta information, could he see the tracks of the beetle?
You could make a cunning roll to be aware of your surroundings and be looking out and around.
Hmm.
Well, because it's not like a passive thing. He is looking very, very actively.
Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like we would have noticed it around.
Okay,
the
sell
big-
this to me. Sell this to me.
yeah.
What Balthazar's doing right now.
Could this rather be vigor? Because he's like in the moment. He's doing the aspiring mud fury thing. There's combat. Like I think there's parts of him that are kind of like this is very similar to hearing the sound of distant combat and all of that. Like he's kind of in this
war
moment.
mode.
Yeah, a little bit more war mode. And he's looking around for danger. And I think he's doing it in a way how it was drilled into him, where he's taking like stock of very particular areas. He's kind of keeping his sights on the battle, or like, yeah, he's kind of looking up here. So, and he would also be kind of taking careful stock of, just through his training. He's kind of relying on that rather than his like natural capabilities.
Yeah. Okay, I would say this is a vigor roll, and I assume you're tagging Aspiring Mud Fury to get advantage.
Yes, can I?
Go for it.
I will do that.
Nice.
Two successes. This is good. So you come out from the side of the alley, and you are kind of looking around. You're looking at the ground and the road. I say road. It's a dirt path that's trodden down with like years of walking. You know what I mean? Like hard-packed earth.
Yeah.
And there is disturbed earth here. Gouges. Similar to the one that you were the first to find in Lalaster.
Allegedly.
Yes, yeah. Once more I find the tracks. He's gonna like he's gonna squat down and go like to just kind of
check the tracks.
Yeah.
So you start to this is your success coming in. You instinctively start to follow them. I'm gonna move the bee to show you your progress. You start to follow them through like an alley, and you look up and see a shadow of a figure. You don't move out of the alley. This is the success. You see the shadow of a figure in an alley. Gesture you back, and you recognize the glaze of toad eyes. You blink, and it's gone. And you see, your senses then pick up something you hadn't quite clocked because you're so focused. You see an animal, we'll say a weasel, with a rope over its shoulder running over from the east, the right to the left, towards the battle. Doesn't see you. So you're distracted by this weasel. You look up and you see like the shadow of something, and you blink and it's gone.
Like, is this because the others went instantly to Mud Fury Army, but to me, is this another? Did the silhouette kind of look
for
like
the sake for
mentor?
Clarity? It is. It's like you feel like the training of Lavinia over you, and this sort of Because I don't want to get people's hopes up, and I think it would be bad to like mislead or like that sort of.
Yeah.
This is more like the shadow of your mentor.
That's what I interpreted as, because that's what has been happening recently. He kind of. I think he like. As this weasel runs past, he's kind of holding his breath and then very slowly, exhales in that like, the manner that he learned these things, to kind of keep his presence hidden, but maybe just very slightly under his breath, he just kind of like thanks Lavinia once more for everything that he's done for him. And these tracks, do they extend further out of this alleyway somewhere?
Yes. Not out. So you kind of went round. They move. I'm going to do a dotted line because we love a dotted line. I'm doing it in dark green. You followed behind the alley to stay hidden and then almost exposed yourself, but then didn't. Hang on, let me get the color of the thing that I want. There we go. The tracks move from the dock through the village up this way.
So I think at that, like, his brow furrows, and he's gonna look back to the barge, waiting for his friends to emerge, because surely they will not find what they seek there.
Back in the barge, you see a little mouse pop its head from behind a barrel and says, "Please don't hurt me."
Oh no! Oh god! I think Pip instantly, does this mouse look injured?
Not injured, just very scared.
Okay. I think Pip kind of instinctively could have like put the bat finger up to the lips again to kind of indicate like to be quiet, but she would whisper back to the mouse like, "What are you doing here?"
I just work on the ship.
insight check. I want to see if this thing, like this little mouse, is putting it on, acting all scared, or like
Actually-
I'm just. Can I get a vibe check of this?
Actually,
little
to be
mouse?
fair, I mean, one of my feature, oh, not my feature. One of the things I got from my meddler job is being a good judge of character.
Mm.
Okay.
Can I?
Um,
Okay, so like, I'm really trying to like.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
I
like
wanna-
my new
I want-
flaw is kicking in as well of the violence works, not in a
Yeah.
sense of attacking, but just like being more
I'm gonna
heightened
say
to like
both of
this
you are
might
trying
not be a
to
friend.
assess the emotional connection. I want you both to make a willpower roll, and we'll see what happens.
Stunning.
Uh
Ugh.
oh. Can that go down to a
Pipistrel,
complication?
immediately you feel like a kin and a loyalty to this animal. You have been in situations where you've been scared and you haven't known what to do. You feel an immediate empathy to extend that sort of vibe.
Yes, okay.
And that's your hijinks, is that you immediately want to defend this mouse.
This little mouse.
And
Okay.
Lutzen, you don't necessarily think there's a bad vibe here, but also you're suspicious of everybody.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Right. Well, then, for the sake of the role, Pip would sort of like gesture up, obviously, to the hawks attacking. It's like, have you seen this? Is this why you're hiding down here?
The mouse says, "Yeah, it's the safest place. The hawks go for the buildings. What are you doing here?" And sort of looks at you and goes, "You don't have bandanas."
Oh, we must have lost him. Pip, do you have your bandana? Oh, we've lost him in the scuffle. We were just checking to see the beetle's all right, but it's not here. They've told us the wrong place. Did you see where it went?
The mouse goes, "Shipper took it away. That was this morning." Please. And the mouse kind of like hides behind the barrel again and says, "Turn the light
Yeah.
off. Cover it." I wouldn't say turn the light off because they don't have it. Yeah.
Mm,
They'd be like,
yeah.
"Cover that light." It sort of is like, just like gone. Not gone, but just like hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Pip would look to Ludson with like just dismay, like it's not here, and like. But basically, she's gonna just crawl right back out of the hold, and she's gonna crawl back to the edge of the barge to jump off again and go and find Balthazar.
Before he does go, Lutzen will ask the mouse, where have they taken it then? These idiots have sent us in here unknowing.
The mouse says,
Where did Chipper take it?
"North to the stone fangs."
Fuck.
I don't know. I just work here.
No, that's okay. Right, stay hidden. And be safe. And Lutzen will scurry up and
Yeah.
scurry away.
We're gonna go find Balthazar.
Fuck!
And I'm gonna say that is where we're gonna end today's session. As you kind of go onto the deck of the ship, and you look over and see Balthazar give you like a very subtle wave from the alleyway, and
You
then
say
points
subtle.
towards.
I think no, I think
go
that he looks, he's all like crouched down and like in tracker mode, and they just see the gleam of his golden eyes as he looks up, and it's like in that moment both parties like know that it's not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is he Mothman?
It's like the eyes glowing and like you just see the shadow and just
okay.
the two
Yeah.
eyes just like
Yeah, he's Mothman. Yes.
Okay, that is the end of today's session, and
Our
not the end of
veins.
today's scene.
No.
I
Tense,
am
right?
excited. This is a really tense place. Like, oh, we've been chasing Chipper for so long.
know.
I just want
Almost
to
in our
catch this
grasp.
squirrel.
Vermin.
Vermin.
It's the scale of time. It was Chipper was sailing last night.
Yeah.
It arrived the morning. It's been a full day.
Yeah.
Fucker. Fair.
But
Yeah, we
you're
just-
hot on Chipper's trail.
Yeah. We're
Yeah.
minutes away.
Well, I mean, because we now know. Well, I mean that little mouse. I hope he doesn't give us away, but like, we know where she's going. She's going to the Stone Fangs. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh, ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh indeed.
Now the real question for next session is: are you going to stay and look for the cache, or are you going to go straight on?
Cache.
Oh god. Of like
You
stuff,
remember
remember?
that Mikhail said he saw animals storing things in a cache
Oh, right.
Wow. Yeah.
in Ladies Bank.
I don't. I feel like we should just go.
Yeah.
But we'll figure that out next session.
Yes. Exactly. Oh, okay. Okay.
Tense.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up, baby.
Wrap it up. Okay.
Wrap it up.
Rat it up.
Well, I guess I know. I am a Noah. I know that I am Brian and that I have been your narrator today. I run Dungeons on a Dime. You can find all my stuff at doad.co.uk. And I have a cool extra reveal that I'm going to be announcing later today. I'm running a game of Scurry. I'm debuting the rules this weekend with 3 friends who I've not had a chance to play games with yet as part of a little convention. And there'll be details on my Twitter. But we're going to be playing Ask Once, following in a game that I think all 3 of you have playtested with me. Trying to make your way to Sakani and find answers for questions.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
That sounds fun.
And I'm being joined by a lovely games educator, Joe, and a friend of mine, Lizzie, who's working on Carved in Stone, and someone that we all know, Eve Greenwood, who runs Kindred Press.
Ooh,
Yeah.
hell yeah!
Very fun.
So that's gonna be
cool.
real fun.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good. And I realized the convention is taking place literally during Eurovision, so if no one watches, I understand.
Oh god, yeah.
But it will also be available afterwards, so it's a cool way to see the rules for Scurry before they debut and go publish live thing next month.
So I suppose it's also probably important to mention that the convention is online, right?
Yes.
It's not a yeah.
No, it's a tabletop role playing game symposium. So it's a bunch of like talks and like lectures and debut
sweet.
game demonstrations that are happening online. It's not a in real life convention.
Neat.
Cute.
Because that would be irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
And a weagle.
So the show Act Once, Ask Once, will be happening 7:30 Saturday night, and till 9, and that is 3:30 till 5 p.m. in American Eastern Standard Time.
Exciting.
That's the exciting
Repeating.
stuff. Next up, we got Ver.
Beast Fables, everybody.
I actually can't really do that accent very well at all. Beast Fables, everybody. I have been Ver. You can find me on the social media, Verbase at Twitter, Sticks and Sharks at Tumblr, and if you want to support me, you can support me on Patreon, where I am also under the moniker of Verface. Thank you, Brian, for this exciting game. Thank you, Atlanta and Fraser, for being extremely good players and friends in shenanigans.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
excited and terrified of what comes next.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since, for our world building, I did the writing for Stonefangs, and
Oh god, you did.
while I don't know kind of what Brian has kind of done with it, I kind of have an idea of, or at least some implicit proto idea of what it's like to have to get there and what it's actually like there. So I can't wait for that.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh indeed.
Ominous.
Yeah, this is the most exciting thing about writing a world with friends, is that all the ideas go into a big cook pot and then we'll see what comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Next
Yeah.
up, we have Atlanta.
Hello everybody, I am your favourite grappling hook, otherwise known as Atlanta. You can find me on social media at Alpaca Scribbles, on Twitter at Alpaca_Scribbles, on Instagram. Nothing to plug this week, but thank you for a very good game. As always, Brian, very fun, very tense this time. I feel like we have like our little break episodes, then we have back into the tension episodes. And obviously for Fraser and Ver, thank you for being just wonderful friends and players, and I love our little crew so much. And I'm
Incredible.
incredible.
And last, but not least, Fraser.
Sup, I'm Fraser, and I am a slightly wonky crampon.
Wow.
You can find me on the lines under the alias of Lost Astronaut on Instagram, Twitter, and etc. You can also support me on Patreon, should you wish. It'd be very much appreciado. I'm working on a bunch of stuff at the moment, so you can see a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff on there at patreon.com/lostastronaut. And yeah, thanks everybody for playing. I don't know what to expect. I'm terrified, as always. The tension is too much.
Yeah, I
But
might
also
go
just
do a little
enough.
bit of the. Yeah, I might go do a little bit of the reading and like read up on the stone fangs again in the lore book, lore stuff that we wrote because like.
Yeah. See, Watson's never been there, so I think I'm just gonna leave it.
Oh, Pip has
Don't
definitely
believe
never
it.
been there. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds scary.
that's true.
Sounds scary.
I think it maybe be a good idea just to leave it with Balthasar, because the reason why Ver wrote it is because the Stonefangs are in some ways related to Blueberry Pond, seeing as the
Yeah,
pirates and
on
the toads share the same water.
Okay, yeah, you know what? That's totally fair. I will resist going and reading our giant biblical length document about the Bristley Woods.
I love it. Well, thanks
Right.
everybody.
Well, we will see you next week, and stay cool.
Stay
Deuces.
frosty.
Bye.
Stay frosty. Doodle-doodle.